to mushrooms.
We're recording.
Oh, I'd love that. Yes.
We're on stream, everyone.
Oh, parts, gather them.
Someone want
Serious
to check
accident,
while we're on?
and he's left
Someone
brain
check,
dead.
please.
Smother him with a pillow.
Yep, we're on.
Are we live? How's it sounding?
Yeah,
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
it sounds good.
We're live.
Well, boil up a pot, take a seat by the hearth, and enjoy a fine brew with the Journeyman Questers.
Oh, look at that. A journeyman question.
You cannot guess my race.
Oh,
Do, 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 do.
hey.
Terminator X.
I'd like to have it this way. With the Gypsies of Fortune. To start today's session off, we have a lovely catch-up by none other than Theo, aka Dylan Gray.
Against the odds, Richter, our friend and companion, has returned to us. Despite the fact that the capacity to undertake such a powerful arcane and divine ritual was orchestrated by beings with powers beyond our own, we brought him back from desolation by no small feat. Whilst his body, flesh, blood, and bone is alien, it appears that his essence does indeed inhabit this strange new vessel, that of a humanoid species that inhabits the astral plane, the very realm of existence to which Richter's providence is inextricably linked. Richter is not the first of our number to leave the land of the living, only to return once again. He shares this experience with myself and Ruther Suncrest, all three of us living but permanently changed from the ordeal. I doubt that we will be the last. Such is the nature of those who have the responsibility thrust upon them, and feel duty-bound to act upon it. Those with the luxury of a mundane life tend to be tied to a mortal existence. So I find it ironic that the path we tread is rife with danger, yet death can be reluctant to take a permanent hold. Be that as it may, I wonder what will be my fate if death's embrace should take me again. After all, a contract means my soul is no longer my own. Now, beckoning Miri, the small corner of the world we've carved out to call home, we can experience some semblance of a normal existence. Sleep in a familiar place, see familiar, friendly faces, pretend to play the part of a moving cog that operates within a greater machine. Which is part the reason I'm sure it's hard for Rufus to move on from his mayoral position. Although I commend him for doing so, nonetheless, it is hard to let go and accept that fate dictates we're not destined to stay in any one place for too long. Perhaps one day, as Zook might say, we might be able to take root. But for now, we can enjoy a few comforts before we must continue the search for the remaining stones, the ancient relics that coveted by the evil entity from the frozen north of the Varamark, who goes under the alias of Bren and must be stopped, no matter what the cost.
Beautiful.
Very nice, very nice.
Lovely.
You may have an inspiration dice, Brother Draug.
Thank you, DM.
So, some town music on. Can everyone hear that all right?
Yeah.
The Gypsies.
Do what?
You're a dragon? But you're. Why are you a dragon here in my home? Are you going to eat me? I see. You seem to have put on some food. Was he making tea or food? Well, listen. As unusual as this may be, I'm not one to turn away guests so long as they don't eat me or burn me alive in roaring flames. Right, I'll do that.
Presumptuous.
Don't worry, I'll wash up. So I'll take a little sip of the soup. That's rather delicious. Please, Georian, tell me about yourself. What is it that I can do for you, or what do you hope to accomplish here? I see. Well, I have some. Right. And what talents are you talking about? My talents? You want me to teach you something? I see. Well, what's your? Do you spend a lot of time within the natural world? You told me you're from underground. Are you? I see. Right. Okay. Of course. What do you want with these? Gullion. Never heard the name. I see. Listen, I don't mean to be prejudiced, but we've had some, when I say we, me and my immediate companions, have had some trouble with dragons before. And I don't know if you know any others, but they tend to be quite ferocious and not all that generous. It just surprises me that you come here offering to trade in knowledge and there won't be some catch. Forgive my suspicion. Ah, okay.
You're coming through fine over here on Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, so for anyone on the stream...
Are you using the radio mic, Tash? I would not use that. I feel like that's gonna you're adding it.
So for anyone who's like not able to hear Tashi right now, we're just sorting it out. He just gave us all inspiration dice. He gave us all...
I think we're all level 18 now.
I think so, yeah.
Heard him say.
We skipped a few in between.
Something like that. It was good.
Yeah.
Terrible, I think. There. It's going to be a real hiss. You'll have to... Maybe D-Dog in the chat can help us.
I think he's actually left the chat.
Tashi, on Monday I'll drop you when I drive home I'll
That
drop
would
you
be-
another mic.
That would be sweet. Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah.
I'm just
Have you changed-
hotboxing my work office right now.
Have you
blowing
changed the
paper in.
batteries on that?
It's really
Yeah,
fun.
I just literally just put new ones in. I mean, you can hear me through it because I'm using it on this.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with the microphone. I think it's
No,
just
it's
the.
something to do with OBS and not liking it. Let me put it back on and see if it works again.
You're going. I mean, you're obviously going through the interface from the receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems to be working now. So.
Oh, you're better. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, not sure.
just open-
I'll keep an eye on it. Basically, I'll keep an eye. Where were we? Take it from my stew and brew.
I'm suspicious of dragons. They have tended to want to take more than they give, and I'm loath to offer you information and magics, power that I hold quite dear to me, unless I can really know that you're not going to turn around and burn this place to the ground.
Well, not always magic-y it is I seek. Perhaps a recipe, a new spice.
Oh, okay. Well, there are plenty of herbs, and berries, and some root vegetables quite close to the grove.
I have
Perhaps we
much
could take a turn.
knowledge. I like to see these things, and he begins kind of like taking his bowl of stew with you.
Well, yeah. Let's go for a walk. Well, let's finish supper, Mr. Georian, and then we'll go for a walk, and I can show you the glade. From the uppy bold, not the downy bold.
No others, though.
The
The eyes must not know I hear. Nobody else but you and the trees.
I see. Why is that?
I wish not speak of it.
Okay. Well, that's fine. It'll just be the trees and the birds and some of the squirrels. They're quite a nosy bunch.
You take him up and show him the glade, kind of explaining to him what in particular.
I'll tell him the story of how I came to build it, how it came to be with the help of my good friend Rufus Suncrest, an honourable man and the leader of a nearby town. And then I'll walk him out into the trees. I'll tell him the story of how I made Twiglet and Choke and Willow and Lady Willow and where's the other one? Peach.
Choke.
Lady Maple. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll show him the kind of vegetables and herbs and things that grow in the surrounding woodland.
You can see him like drinking it all in, drinking all the information in. Like he seems really attentive, but very cautious of the surface world. He shies away from the light and kind of skulks about with his stew. Well, you have showed me things, but I will be needing more if I depart with my information within here. Topaz worms, powerful psionics we have.
What nots?
Usage of the mind. Usage of the mind to manipulate.
Oh goodness, that sounds useful. Okay, well, and you will teach me these things? Right. Come with me, and I'll lead him back into the centre of the grove. And yeah, I'll sort of float up and I'll hover above the big stone slab in the middle. And I'll say, do you know what I am? what my calling is, as it were. Well, you're obviously someone that loves knowledge, that loves to trade in knowledge. Knowing things is your calling, you might say. Well, mine is to be a guardian of the balance of the world and all creatures within it. And I try to do that the best I can. But I have been given a gift purely because I am such a guardian. I can change, much as I assume you can. I believe. Something tells me this isn't your original form. Am I right? Ooh. Ooh, yes. Well, that's a good. So I think I'm right there. Well, I can do similar things. For instance, my most primal connection is with the air around us, the air that perhaps you may fly through sometimes. That's what other dragons do. Oh, no? Okay. No, well, that's perhaps not. Again, this is. Hmm. Oh, well, I respect that. And I would say that you misjudge the skies. They're, yes, dangerous. The storms can be a vicious tempest, but they are a place of freedom. Never is there ever such an open and. Oh, well. Well, that can be the first thing I show you. And I'll reach into the sky and start like swirling my hands around and bring a big vortex. The clouds darken and there's a big a rumble of thunder, and I'll point to the ground on my right and cast cool lightning, and a lightning bolt will scorch the earth and like singe the grass. Oh yeah, hackles. Yeah.
It's green screening out.
That's like a really, really young one. That's like a wormling.
Topaz dragon.
But it's a topaz dragon.
Oh, nice.
Bursts from its own almost like dusty, rocky shell.
Oh, that's beautiful.
6 legs, 2 hind.
Goodness me. Oh. Oh. Georian? Is there a tunnel left? Can I float over to where he is? Where he went? Oh. Oh no. I hope I didn't make him angry. Oh dear. I should go speak to some. Oh no, he said he don't tell anyone. Maybe I should find Rinnick. I'm going to start floating back to Angmiri.
rest of you.
Well, after the conversation we had with old Toothless, I think I should probably go to the loggers' camp and maybe try and make amends. On the way there, can I go to the guild hall, hop up the 4th floorboard in from the outside wall, and take out a small stash of gold I have there?
Yes, you most certainly can.
And then, yeah, I'm going to head to the loggers.
Okay, what are you planning to do at the loggers?
I'm going to give them the last of my gold,
Mm-hmm.
because our bag got stolen. And then ask if there's a way I could make amends with their hearts as well as just with their wallets.
It's dank and dusty in the 2 short planks inn where they hang out, so the loggers hang. And although it's been some time, they still meet you with distrusting faces and grimaces, knowing you as the one who killed one of their friends. I'd like you to roll me a persuasion check.
Yes, when I find my dice.
While he finds his dice,
Can someone roll me a d20?
you can roll it in the
Yep.
chat.
Oh yeah, I haven't got that open.
Okay.
Nat 19. Nat 19.
Okay, there you go. A nat 19 plus minus
Plus 1 for charisma.
That's 1, so an unnatural 20. I'll say you spend the day with them, and they don't go easy on you. They ask you to do many different chores around. They don't give you an axe and tell you to do their work, but they give you kind of like menial chores that to them they're like the chores that they wouldn't want to do.
Dig in
And-
latrines.
Yeah, it's not like terrible work, but you kind of grit your teeth and you push through, and you begin to slowly kind of wear them down over the few days, until eventually you go on a logging trip with them, in which you finally are able to sort of share some food around a campfire and just kind of understand them a bit more. They talk of their dead companion and talk of him fondly. Did not a particularly meaningful life this guy led, but nevertheless you hear of him, you take it on board, and you share a drink with the loggers. It's not by any means like you're suddenly close friends or anything, but there's an appreciation there. And Oak, who is kind of head of the loggers and a good friend of all of yours, the big, slow human, it's incredibly large for just a human, bigger than Dutch. And did you even fought him on that day? You fought Oak, and it was a mighty battle in the ring behind the brawling boar. And Oak kind of helps with the whole thing, and I think without that connection there, it may have been very difficult. So you thank Oak, you share a drink with him too. Is there anything else that maybe you wanted to do, smaller things over the 2 days? Okay. Brother Draug, you spend the first day or the first evening drinking with Grim. Was there anything you wanted to do over the next few days?
So immediately after my conversation with Grim, I wanted to fill in Rufus about the brothel. He's obviously still the mayor, so I feel like he should know.
Yes.
The
recently extended tavern of the Brawling Boar has extended and made a brothel probably the first official one of Amiri.
Looking through my notes, I'm terrible with remembering names, unfortunately. The dwarf from Thaldoral, who came with us, and who
Kunda
Kunda.
Kundrakar.
Yeah, I'd like to potentially go and touch base with him, see how he's doing, and also inquire about, because I know that he's a sort of like a tinkerer type kind of fellow. I was wondering if I might be able to maybe get some like explosive arrows or something like that.
Okay.
Wonder if I could see if we could come up with something in that regard.
Yeah, you go and meet Kunda. Kunda has his own residence within Ruth's tower, Ruth's fort. It's where him and Anka reside, and he has a small workshop there. Kunda is extremely happy to see you. Dylan, it's good to see you. And he comes in and gives you a great big hug. Anka isn't there or to be seen, usually hiding off in other rooms, the strange automaton. But Kunda shows you some projects he's been working on. He has all these blueprints laid out of the mines. He's been overseeing the walls being constructed, the stone walls of Ingmiri, as well as the quarries that are being mined out. And he's very, very busy with all of that, but he's been doing various projects on the side. He's extremely happy to be of use in terms of his tinkering skills. As an old professor at the very small university, or the very small school that existed in the great city of Thaldoral, he has a lot of knowledge on these subjects, and he thinks that he could quite easily create you some explosive arrows. However, he hasn't tested it before, and these will be prototypes, and especially if he has to get some done in 2 days, they might not necessarily be the most reliable, but he says he can get you definitely some more reliable ones perhaps in the future.
Yeah, I'll say I don't want him to have to worry about getting them ready in the next couple of days, and in the same way I don't want to quell his creativity, so to speak. I'm happy for him to come up with inventive ideas, any sort of utility kind of arrows would be amazing.
Okay.
But I'm not expecting them to necessarily be ready in 2 days. I can understand that's not necessarily doable.
Okay.
But yeah, I thank him and offer him any payment if he'd like.
The only thing he says is he says he may need some money for the supplies, because he can't just take the money out of the sort of pot. But he also says if you ever come across any electrum on your travels, he would be very pleased if you could find him some electrum.
Okay, cool. Yeah, made a note of that. So yeah, how much gold does he want?
He says it depends how many you want. If he makes a batch of 10, which might take him a while, it might take him a few weeks to a month, perhaps. He says it's probably to get the kind of the black powder, which he'd have to import from Thaldoral, but they have open trade now. He has a little bit of stock, but not enough to make quite a few. He'd probably say for you, seeing as you're a good friend, about 30 gold an arrow. So 300 gold if you want 10, but it will take a while.
300 gold. Yeah, I'll give him 300 gold.
Okay, you hand it over, and he spits in his palm, shakes your hand. He seems very pleased to have some minor uses.
So apologies, guys. I've got a couple bits that I've got written down
all right.
here.
All good. No worries.
So
okay.
I've got that ring that I found with a mouth on it.
Yes.
I'd like to identify that if I can.
Okay. Let me
Self-suck ring.
just get it out.
Impart self-suck ability. High dex only.
Oh dear.
Keeping it light.
The ring.
Aiden.
Oh yes, no, it's not a Mr. James Gifford one. But Aiden.
Oh my goodness, what the hell is that? You've grown an incredible beard, but wait, it's not a beard. No, it's a marvelous cavalcade of fantastic magical items from all corners of all known worlds. My goodness, so powerful. Don't put it too near your mouth. Your teeth will rot from the sheer energy.
You can get these. You can. I asked James the other day. He said yes. His pack of magical items you can purchase. He has a shop. He has an Instagram. He has a Patreon as well. Please follow.
Well, don't walk. Run to that Patreon right now and get straight onto the James Gifford experience. Magical items you won't even know what to do with, but my God, you'll be happy to have them in a pinch.
Very good. Kunda has the ability. He has the magic ability to identify things. So he identifies for you the ring with the mouth, which is a ring of comprehend languages. It allows you to cast comprehend languages once a day.
Okay.
And it does not require attunement.
Oh, amazing.
But if you don't
Perfect.
use it, an owl will get very mad at you.
Anything else, Dylan?
Actually, I think that's it. I thought I had one more thing, but actually, no.
Okay. Zook, is there anything else you wanted to do? I'll say like that conversation probably happened during these 2 days. But you said you wanted to go to see Rinnick, maybe?
Yeah, see Rinnick, and also have a look through the Book of Understanding.
Right.
Have a read of that.
As you begin to read it, you get the sense that this is a magical tome. And upon reading this tome, and you spend time with it, identifying it over an hour, a tome of understanding, which I will get you the exact results of. Tome of Understanding.
Exciting.
If you spend 48 hours over a 6-day period, it's another one of those books that can make you learn something. Over a 6-day period, or fewer studying the book's content and practicing its guidelines, your wisdom score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score. The manual then loses its magic, but regains it in a century.
Wow. Long time. Sweet. Good to know. Stuff that in my pocket. 48 hours. What's the rule? You have to spend how long?
You have to just read it for 48 hours, but you have to do that within 6 days.
Okay.
At the beginning. If you break, you can start it again, but you have to start it again.
Yeah. We probably don't have the time. So yeah, I'll stuff it in my book.
Okay.
In my bag, and go see Rinnick. Check in on how the gnomes are all doing, if they're settling into the town.
You speak to Rinnick. Rinnick, grumpy as usual in his herbalist shop. He asks you if you have any supplies for him, just sort of expecting you to hand him stuff. I'll give him anything I have a multiple of. I'll give him one of that, basically. Okay. He's extremely happy, but he shoos you away. He says he's really, really busy.
I'm very busy, Zook, at the moment. There's lots of things to be created. I can't help you with your projects this time. Hey, it's nice to see you, though. Oh,
And you?
Wiggins is annoying me. Tinkering away upstairs. He keeps wandering off in the nights. He's terrible housemate.
I see. Well, I'll try and arrange some other lodgings. What about Nix? Where's he? She? He? Is Nix?
Yeah, no, Nix is a woman. Nix is a woman?
She?
She, yeah. I thought Nick Silverthread.
No, Nick Silverthread's the alchemist, and he's a man. He's a male. No, I believe.
Yes. No, Nix has taken up residence elsewhere, and you're not sure.
Okay. All right. Well, if he's busy, then I'll just head back to the grove and try and brew some potions.
Okay. What are you going to try and brew?
Potion of growth. So using a luminous ironwood heart. I'll use an ironwood heart and elemental water.
If Zook requires a hand, I'm also proficient in alchemy
yes.
supplies.
Mm.
So
Zook will go find Brother Draug as well.
I don't want to sway what you're going to do, but that is Dutch's favourite potion.
Yeah, well, that's hence
In
why
which
I'm
case,
brewing it.
please roll with advantage then. Roll your
Cool.
an alchemist check.
Right, so it's wisdom and proficiency.
I don't think the actual alchemist check
Is proficiency.
is wisdom.
It's intelligence, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
A herbalism is wisdom.
Science.
An alchemist is
Ah, yeah.
intelligence. So it makes it a little bit harder
So,
for you.
okay, so I'm a proficient, but it's using intelligence.
Yes.
So that is
Bunsen burners.
What's
A
your
natural-
intelligence, Zeke?
+2, and then +5. So I got a natural 19 +7, so 26.
Oh, yep. You successfully managed to both brew that potion.
Sweet. I mean, if we can keep going, I've got other ingredients, but I'm not sure what they are.
Yeah. I'll say you can attempt like 2 a day.
Yeah, cool. I've got. I could maybe just do some healing potions.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know a way to like enhance the healing potions, like make it like a greater healing potion? Because I've only got wild sage root, which
There are
makes like a
such
normal
things, but I don't think you have them.
one. Okay, cool. Yeah, in which case I'll just make another healing potion.
Okay. Make me another roll with advantage. I imagine Brother Drow is helping you still.
If I've got time to.
Yeah, I think you didn't do a huge amount, so maybe the second day you're helping.
Yeah, no worries.
Zook.
That's good because one was a 2, but the other's an 8, which makes it a 15.
15. You can actually find the DC depending on the things it is. In fact, I can check really quick.
DC. It's got no plus on wild sage root.
Yeah, in which case 15's easily enough. You managed to create
Cool.
a minor healing potion.
Yes. So 2d4 +5.
Okay, great.
Sweet.
Richter and Sigmund.
Yes. Rick. Oh wow. Oh shit. Well, Richter. Yes. So Richter returns back to the Gypsies' lodgings and informs Nathea of his new task in needing to instruct Silas in the ways of common in this country, and then feeling the need to spend the next few days going over as many of the notes, scrolls, parts of Nolx's dream diary that were rescued from the library. Richter goes about building a very small study area in one of the corners of the living space. While doing so and moving a table, he knocks a pot of ink off of it and is surprised when he is able to catch it with his mind. He's shocked and thinks perhaps this strange race that was able to move by a will alone has an unusual ability in this manifest world. Meta, as a Gith Yankee, I have Gith Psionics, which just means I can cast Mage Hand at will at any time. So he, the next few days, I believe, are spent in study and research over these notes and pieces of parchment that were found, attempting to translate them, seeing if there are any spells or rituals amongst them, if there's any more information in there. Yes, yeah.
Make me an investigation check, please.
Investigation check. That is 13.
You spend the days poring through these notes. You still feel the seeker within you. You know the seeker is alive and the seeker is there, but it is somewhat diminished. That hunger, that yearning for knowledge, it isn't really there anymore in the same way.
Right.
It's more your own ambition now. You have a goal. You know that the seeker somehow is trapped. And Nolx was working on something. Something that he probably didn't want to let you in on or was untrusting to kind of tell you about. But clearly believed in you more than even himself.
I will do my best to follow in the footsteps of Nolx's research. Hopefully he did not burn the footbridge behind him.
You learn, I will tell you there is a spell, a 9th level spell called Imprisonment, that Nox is working on to kind of undo. It exists already. It is a spell heard of in kind of legend. The highest powered mages would have such a spell. And there are various uses or various imprisonment versions of this spell. There is a way in which it can be cast on a creature or entity or anything, and as long as they fail their mind against this, if they can't manage to force it off, then they are stuck forever until a specific thing is to occur, or someone is to somehow break it in some way. But it would take an equally powerful mage or magi to break such an imprisonment. There is a burial that Nox talks about where a target is entombed far beneath the earth in a sphere of magical force, which is just large enough to contain the target. Nothing can pass through the sphere, nor any creature can teleport or use planar travel into it. But this is not one that the Seeker has upon itself. There is a special component for this, which is a mithril orb. And the mithril orb is required to undoing this. But that is for the burial imprisonment, and it is not the one that the Seeker has. He also learnt of the hedged prison, the spell that transports the target into a tiny demi-plane that is warded against teleportation and planar travel, and it is a labyrinth. The special component to that is a prison that is made of jade, which you need in order to cast the spell. There are a few of these, but none seem to link to these chains that you have witnessed.
I see. His
you
research.
Cannot glean with a 13 anything more than that.
Understood. How does I know it's only a couple of days, but does Silas get any? Does she make any progress in learning Common?
I'll make a roll for Nathir and I'll make a roll for her. That's
Wait.
Nathir's roll. That's her roll. Ooh, no. Nathir is doing a really great job, but Silas is really struggling to
She sucks.
get to grips with the language. She talks about her home briefly and things on the other continent. She tells you of some of the kind of local customs and things that they tend to do there. That the kind of she kind of balks at the fact that everyone here makes everything from the trees and makes everything from wood.
Right.
They don't tend to do that, or at least in her kind of country.
Fascinating.
And she gets very distracted with all that rather than really learning. She does talk about how she would wish to go back at some point, but for now she's going to stick here with you and see what you're doing.
Well, she's always welcome.
Finally, Ruthus Suncrest.
Yes. Hello. There are some tasks that need to be done, big time.
Yes.
Okay. After leaving the Muriel, where we left off with the others, I give them a nod and an adieu, and go off and do some tasks. First of all, I'm going to go see Kunda as well. I think it's Kunda that I gave all the platinum to, right? To get broken down and minted into coins.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go see how he's doing with that.
When he kind of sees you, it's very different from how he saw Dylan. He's much more kind of formal. You are the mayor. He knows these kind of situations, and he's been in the upper echelons of a great city before. So he treats you with great respect. He tells you that the stone walls are going well. He shows you kind of some blueprints. Shows you the blueprints of the quarry. He says how they had a cave in the other day. He kind of goes on about some things that maybe aren't particularly necessary. He talks of the minting process and it's slow going. He's got a small team of 5 people that are on it. And weirdly enough, Anchor is one of the people overseeing some of the building of the contraptions required for the minting. The guy at the smelter's pot, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. The guy who owns the forge, they're using him and part of the forge in order to do it. But it is a very slow process. They've so far managed to mint. Let me just double check. They've so far managed to mint 156 platinum pieces to a good standard. Some have had to be kind of reforged, but there is still plenty more platinum that was in the bag to go.
Sweet.
He says.
Can you remind me how much is a platinum? Is it like 100 gold or something?
Each platinum is 10 gold.
Oh, 10 gold. Okay.
There's 1,560 gold so far.
Okay, nice. Amazing. Yeah, Rufus just like commends him on his work and like everything he's doing, and like inspecting all the plans, the walls and stuff. He's just like nodding the shit out of that, you know.
He gets a small pouch from one of his like many locked chests, and he hands it over to you and says that Wayland had said that this should be provided to you and the Gypsies of Fortune in like secondary. He passes you this pouch, and inside is 100 platinum pieces that are newly minted.
Ooh, okay. So 256 altogether.
He does say that with the minting of them and the kind of symbol that you've chosen, it's unlikely that people of authority or people kind of in more civilized professional areas will take this money. However, he says it's very unlikely that anyone will turn down platinum because it is just so good.
I can't even remember what we said.
I can't remember either, but I think you put like some gypsy symbol in there, like the cart.
That's it.
It's like, was it a cart or something?
It's like one
a
side's a
wagon.
wheel, isn't it?
A flaming wagon.
Yeah, I think it might have been a flaming like wagon flying through the sky or something like that.
That's cool.
Okay, anything else that you are doing with this?
Yeah. I'm gonna whip out my broken longbow and ask Kunda if he has the capability to fix this and or augment it in any way and make it better over the next 2 days.
He says he can probably fix it in the next 2 days, but he's unlikely to be able to augment it and make it better. 2 days
Okay, cool.
is not particularly long.
Okay, great. Yeah, if he could fix it for me, that would be amazing, and I'll pick it up like in the next 2 days.
I would be honoured, Lord Mayor. He takes it.
Amazing. Cool. Okay. After that, I'm gonna go around town and like talk to anyone who I think might be a good candidate. Let them know that I'll be letting them stepping down.
Okay. You start to emit the rumours throughout. Seemingly, people in town have already heard and are beginning to kind of put up banners and put up like a mini kind of like special day or festival. There's kind of
election season.
Yeah, there's things going up like different coloured ribbons and things like that.
Oh, nice. Cool. Amazing. After that, I'll probably spend the next day at the fort, just doing a mix of just like mayoral duties, paperwork, maybe a mix of like training with like some recruits out in the square, doing some sparring, stuff like that.
Okay,
but in the evening, I'd like to read some more of the book as well that I've got of squat nimbleness.
Yes. Yeah, you're able to easily get through another 5 or so hours of reading late into the night.
All right. What else? Yeah, and then just like whenever there's an opportunity, I want to gather everyone together, all the gypsies, and get them to meet us at Wayora's.
I will say that there unfortunately is never a good point. There's always one person that's not quite there or not quite ready, or not busy, and you think that perhaps after after the mayoral kind of town meeting is done, perhaps then the gypsies will all reunite.
Okay, cool. We'll do it after, yeah.
Yeah. And then the day comes. There's been much rumour in the town about who will be putting themselves forward for election, and you hear that Franwin Applebottom is indeed running up for a mayorship again, as is Wayora Key. There were a few kind of like dodgy late entries. There was a certain disgruntled hunter, which I've forgotten the name of, but the one is that guy who always turns up and stuff. Oh, I had his name written down like not that long ago. He's the guy who was like preaching a load of rubbish. Let me find his name.
Didn't he try and enter the brawl as well?
He did try and enter
the brawling boar.
Yeah. Thander. He's like the rude hunter guy who's like friends with Aaron. He enters, but is soon backs out, realizing that he's going to make a fool of himself. And then it is just those two. You all gather in the town square, which is about here, kind of market square. There's a sort of platform set up, a wooden platform where the market usually is there, and the town begins to slowly gather throughout the day, placing little pieces of parchment in a ballot box that Rowan and the guard are sort of watching. Until the evening comes about, and you all begin to gather as most of the town gathers in this courtyard. The electees aren't there yet.
Candidates.
The candidates. But Waylon is there, looking dishevelled and sweaty, outside of his normal comfort zone. You can see he looks almost nervous, and he's kind of like wiping his forehead. And you all begin to gather. And eventually Wayora takes the stand, as does Franwin Applebottom. And they both look to you, Rufus, to make some kind of departing speech.
Sweet. Okay. Rufus dons his most authoritative and most regal pose that he can, with all his dignity
to help with this.
Yeah, and goes up and takes the stage. Standing in the middle, he addresses the crowd. Friends, thank you all for being here. I will keep this brief. I've decided to step down as mayor of Amiri, so that another can give this town the attention it deserves. I feel I have been selfish, and I should have done this much sooner, and for this I apologize. It is not that my fealty for Amiri has wavered. Since coming to this town, it has welcomed me with open arms, and it's a place I am proud to continue to call home. It is, however, my sense of loyalty that takes me away from here so consistently, and I would have you know that it is the dangers that face Amiri that pull me away to face them, so that they may never reach your doors. However, it leaves a hole of authority, and leaves many of you without a leader to turn to in times of need. Again, I must thank you all for your acceptance and your care, and I will continue to strive for Amiri's safety and prosperity. And then he bows his head and leaves the stage.
As you turn from the stage, with the clapping kind of ends, and you begin to make your way off. The clapping dies down, and Wayora begins to step forwards. But the clapping continues. one solid clap from one person standing behind you on the stage. And you turn around and you see a figure step forward, still clapping, with a great smile upon their face.
Well, well. What a rousing speech that was. It's been some time, Gypsies.
And you see before you the figure of Oshkar Silvermark.
Oh.
Oh shit, son.
Oh.
Oh shit!
You immediately begin to kind of seize and panic. Zook, looking around from standing, I imagine you're just standing in the crowd.
Yeah.
You and Brother Draug both see many hooded figures up on the rooftops.
Oh.
Crossbows aimed down towards the town square.
Oh fuck.
Well,
Wait, can we get a quick recap of who Oshkar is for the viewers?
You can.
Dutch.
Why doesn't Rupert remind us who Oshkar Silvermark is?
Oshkar Silvermark, the head of the Silvermark Brotherhood, is an imposing figure, a dwarf with beyond ridiculous wealth and influence, political and military. His reach spans the continent, possibly further. Zook doesn't know, but Oshkar is responsible for a sort of commercial venture into Zook's homeland of the Aeocene forest. He and his dwarven company ravaged the homeland of Zook, burning miles of trees and reaping the natural resources that dwelt within the earth there. Thus, Zook has a burning hatred. The Gypsies have faced Oshkar before, which if you check out our podcast on Spotify or Podbean, you will be able to listen to. I'll, in fact, not go into that too much because it's all there on the internet, but the Gypsies have a long-standing, a feud with the individual who has eluded us till now.
He finishes his clap.
well, I had to come and see for myself this beautiful town of yours. It is really quite something.
You can see within the crowd as well. You see various figures from Angmiri. You have Oak is there in the crowd. Grim is there with Varian in all his splendour. You can see him standing there looking very worried. You also see Kunda is there with a hooded figure by his side. You can see up on the stage next to Wayora, Fleet is there looking proud, but now extremely concerned and worried. The crowd, a murmur goes through the crowd. Most people haven't seen the crossbowman, and are wondering who is this intruder.
I thought maybe I'd introduce myself slightly. My name is Oshkar Silvermark. Now, I have no quarrel with you, townsfolk. No, not at all. My quarrel simply is of these folk here. But such things have happened in recent months that have required me to come this way and see them for myself with my own eyes.
And he kind of looks to each one of you individually in the crowd. He finds you and sees you there and makes eyes. He wears his kind of blue, very luxurious robes, kind of pleated into each other. He wears simple but yet beautiful sandals upon his dwarven feet. A white mane of hair that's kind of swept backwards, and a very, very well kept kind of grey and white beard.
My good friend here, Waylon, was it? Yes. If you wouldn't mind removing your robe. You can see Wayland's there, like, visibly shaking. He's sweating, and his nerves that you took earlier were clearly fear. He begins to take his robe off, and the crowd immediately becomes quiet. There's like a gasp. Strapped around his kind of broken frame is some magical contraption. There are various kind of implements and gemstones and sections to it. Doesn't quite make sense. This device here is a small creation of ours, and is set to detonate in roughly, a few minutes' time. I thought we'd play a little game of sorts, perhaps a little bit of revenge, if you will, for maybe taking some of my wealth away from me. And now I shall show you what my power and my wealth is like. You see here in this contraption there are some missing sections. There, and there, and there. And they require 3 different components. Turns to you, Rufus. Are you listening, Rufus?
Rufus is he's just scowling so hard right now. Yes.
They are hidden around a Mary, as well as a few choice friends of yours, who I must say are in peril currently at this very moment. One is the hunter you're so fond of. Another a very charming little gnome gentleman, older fellow. He looks towards you, Zook. And who could forget? And he strokes Wayora's hair. One of your grandsons, the one that isn't here, the quiet one.
How dare you? Why are you doing this? What do you want from us?
I want you to understand my power. I want you to understand who you crossed that day, and whose ventures and property you decided to break. I will give you clues to this. All you have to do is merely apologize to me. For every apology, I'll give you a clue. Well, time is ticking. Literally, time is ticking. At this moment, someone begins to push their way through the crowd. They look extremely disheveled, almost in rags, tattered, soiled. Their hair is a mess. It's all scrunched to the side. Their beard has grown out longer than when you last saw them. But you double take as someone in the crowd begins to shout out.
Gypsies! Gypsies!
Oh!
Varian's a robot.
Varian!
Varian is a robot.
What's happened in your time away?
Your mic isn't working, Rolo. Your mic is terrible.
You sound like a fart.
Oh no!
There he is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
1 second.
Gypsies. Learn the tech.
There he is.
Learn the tech.
A glass of mead in his hand.
You
tanker.
see Varian pushing his way through the crowd. Stumbling, pushing these people out of the way. What do you shout out, Varian?
Gypsies. There is an impulse.
The microphone is just not working, dude. It's not working. use a different one. Use your head. Do your AirPods not have a mic
Oh, can't hear any of that.
I love that.
I'm standing there like-
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gypsies!
Yes.
There is an imposter amongst you! My God! Who is this? Who is this man? And I'm just going to point over at the person who looks like Varian. And I'm going to cast, because I've been pushing through, I'm going to cast Gaius on them. I've been brewing it up for 10 minutes.
Oh
Surely.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I'm just going to
Speech
bust
has been
Gaius
happening
on-
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been rummaging through, and I just bust Gaius on this guy, and I go, "Unmask yourself, imposter!" Like that.
Okay. They need to. Let me have a look. It's a minute.
They've got to do some fuckery.
Yeah, you need to see them within range. It has to be a minute. Yes.
It's all legit. It's all
You need to
legit.
make
Don't
a
worry.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for you. So I rolled a natural 18,
Ah.
but I need to check its plus because I believe.
That's 3.
Prodigal return.
I think we need some help in this situation, and who better than Varian, son of Vadron?
I feel like Varian needs some guidance.
I feel like what we need to do is just kill
I'm
the
really
guy
sorry.
right away.
The plus 2, which is a 20, which I imagine passes. However, you all see, yes, standing next to Grim in the crowd is Varian. Varian looking normal. And Varian turns to you and says, "This must be the imposter. My name is
Nice.
Varian, son of Vadron. I have been with you through the Varmark. I have seen things. I have seen the demons. What have you seen, you strange imposter? How dare you
I've
speak
seen-
to my friends in this way?"
I've seen the inside of the cage in which you have cast me since I went into that cursed brothel, you spy of those sylvan dwarves. And I'm just going to punch him as hard as I can.
You begin pushing your way through the crowd towards him, and you watch as he begins moving backwards away, looking towards Oshkar. Well, what can I say? Had to find out information about you somehow. Your services are no longer required. And you watch as Varian's form begins to shift and change.
Oh.
And the face of Varian wrinkles away into what looks to be this grey-skinned, alien-looking creature. The crowd begins to back away from this creature. They turn and hiss towards the real Varian as Varian begins to come towards it. And it begins to attempt to scuttle off.
Can I do a run and grab?
You can. Make me an athletics check. Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
Oh.
Roll it anyway, in case you get a 22.
Roll it anyway.
Okay, well, I'll be rolling on here. So,
That's
D20. Roll. I rolled a 1.
Turns in style.
Praise.
Let's roll back in the game, boys.
I ring.
See, that's why I don't trust computers, because after a 20, it's always going to do a 1.
Something blows strong from the north. A strong northern wind. It whips about the fake Varian. It whips about him angrily, as it has done many times in the past. And Varian stumbles towards him, trying to grab, but falls into the mud. And you watch as this doppelganger creature begins to slide its way through the crowd and into the dark. Is anyone making a move after it, other than
But
Varian?
how far away am I from it?
Fairly far through a load of people.
Yeah, Dutch doesn't see shit.
Yeah, Zook's just staring at Oshkar.
Well, time is ticking. This is all precious minutes as your friend here.
while this has been going on, Dylan would have liked to have made his way over to Waylon, and Waylon, what knowledge do you have of this strange device?
Please.
What sort of thing should we be looking for?
Please, you have to find the others. It's the only way. This device.
Where are they?
I don't know. Well, you can merely apologize to me, and I'll give you a clue.
My pride is worth less to me than my friends, so for that I apologize. I apologize to you, Oshkar, for dishonoring you and disrespecting you in whatever way I might have done.
He seems almost taken aback at first, and very well. You'll find Aaron in his favourite place. But not all is as it seems. For a certain someone is there too, someone similar to you.
What just
Rufus is going to just stare at Oshkar and say, "You bastard! You will get no apology from me, you coward, and you sore loser. You will pay for this." And then I'm going to run off and find Zook in the crowd.
Yeah, I'll say at this point, the as you begin to run off, the crowd, people start yelling, "Hey, what's going on? Who's this guy? Like, what's Waylon wearing?" And then a few people start spotting the people with crossbows, and there begins to start getting panic in the crowd.
Yeah, as I'm running across, I'll shout out to the crowd, "Return to your homes. Stay safe. Stay hidden."
No one will be returning anywhere. And at this point, the crossbowmen fully reveal themselves on the rooftops.
Just a very quick matter. What is the name of the child that isn't Fleet?
Elgrin.
Elgrin.
Right. So Richter, while hearing all of this happen, is nervous. When he heard that Elgrin was missing, he started to freak out as a child. He almost starts to sort of think inwards, almost asking upon the power of the Seeker to help him seek this child, Elgrin. And he starts to murmur Elgrin's name and description to himself, and he uses a Seeker-specific power of locate creature.
No.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. What's the range on locate creature?
It is 1,000 feet. I don't know how big Miri is, but that is like that's a third of a kilometer, I think.
You begin concentrating, and you sense almost like your hunger, your urge. You sense the direction. The direction is towards the northeast.
The northeast.
Sorry, no, it's twisted towards just the north on the map. If you have a look.
The north.
The north.
Our map is normal, right? Where north is up, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's slightly twisted
okay.
to the right.
Okay, sure. Okay. Could you actually just ping it in terms of like my sense of direction? Not exactly where it is, but
yeah, like this. Yeah, that way.
Sure. Okay.
When you're doing that, I can't see anything. Is that showing up on your screen? Is that little?
Like that
look, there we go. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, got it there.
I lean to the nearest gypsy closest to me and murmur my understanding of that direction and where they are.
Dutch is probably the nearest to you.
Dutch.
At this point.
Elgrin. He's in the northeast.
Northeast of what?
Of where we are right now. I believe I feel him towards the northeast, perhaps beyond the city's limits. I have a sense of his direction.
Well, let's go.
There is still, and who is the gnome that he could have been speaking of?
One of our gnome's friends. One of Zook's friends.
I use my second spell of the day. Oh shit! No, I don't know who he is.
Might be.
Yeah, I don't know him. I can't use this. Someone else is going to have to do that one.
Locate
As-
creature is concentration for an hour, so it just is up.
Okay, I will maintain my lock on Elgrin
Okay.
and start homing in.
As Rufus approaches, Zook turns to him and is like, Rufus, he will die. He will die today. I will not forgive this. He comes to my home a second time. He will die. What do we do? What do we do?
Rupert? Zook.
Who's that?
I agree. He will die. We will slay him. But Zook, who is this gnome that he speaks of? Do you know? The oldest.
Rinnick. It has to be Rinnick or Nix. I'm never sure which one's older.
Can you send
do I
a
know
message?
Which one's older?
Rinnick is older.
Rinnick is older. I can't. No, I can't send a message. I'm sure I could probably find a way of finding him. I could send out scouts, perhaps unnoticed. I'm not groveling. I will not say I'm sorry to that man. But then he might die. What do we do?
It looks to me like you have only one choice but to apologize to me, Zook. Also, I will just say you are severely running out of time. You're about halfway now.
Who has sending as a spell still?
Varian.
I do as
Varian,
well,
I
if
believe.
you need it. But I think Varian should.
Yes, I have sending.
Okay. Rufus runs over to Varian after he fails to grapple the doppelganger. Varian, it's a pleasure to see you, but under tense circumstances, please, we need you to send a message.
I will do it, but it can only be 25 words.
That's fine.
Score
We just
in
need to
5
know where
words.
they are.
Can we just appreciate that in this extremely tense moment, Varian is fully back with us.
He's fully back.
Yeah.
Lovely to
Great.
be back. with
Great
you,
to have you
brother.
back.
Fucking played Josh and Rupert earlier, saying that no one was
Yeah.
coming.
You can speak XXV words.
I was just waiting for it. And then when you started saying there's this rag, because whenever
Ragged person in
Varian
the
returns,
crowd.
he's always comes back covered
Ragged.
in shit.
The last time he returned, he was in a crowd, pushing his way in rags. It's like the exact same thing.
Fine, do not worry. I can keep count on my fingers if you need. But we need to
You
send
wish.
a message to Aaron,
Quickly,
Elgrin,
let
and
Suncrest.
what's his name? The other one, Rinnick. Please ask them where they are, where they're being held.
Where are you? Where are you being held?
Who are you sending it to first?
Who's furthest away, do you think? Well,
Let's
who's
do Elgrin.
Okay, yeah. Sending it to Elgrin. Where are you? Where can you be found?
You do get a response. It's a muffled, very faint response. And it just says, please, please, please help. Please help. I can't get out. I'm buried. And that's the end.
Oh, God.
Overhearing this interaction between Rufus and Varian, Draug will head over to them both and say, I overheard Richter informing Dutch that he has a bead on Elgrin's location. I saw them heading off to the north. We might
Buried.
our efforts
North.
might be best. Our efforts might be best splitting up. If they can locate Elgrin, perhaps we should look for one of the others. Oshkar gave
That
me.
sounds like the churchyard. He may be buried there.
Perhaps Zook knows where this special place to what's the hunter's name? Sorry, Aaron.
Aaron.
To Aaron, where the special place to Aaron. Unfortunately, I do not know him as well as Zook does.
Well, it's either the Hunters Guild or it could be anywhere in the woods. Their hunting grounds. But that stretches for miles.
Perhaps the guild then.
We could try that. I need to find Rinnick. Varian, can you send a message
Of
to
course.
Rinnick?
25 words.
just say, "It's Zook. Where are you?"
Rinnick, it's Zook. Where will you be found?
There is no response from Rinnick.
There's nothing.
Perhaps we could try. Could we try Aaron as well? Could you ask him the same question, Varian?
Aaron, it is the Gypsies. Where may you be found?
You do get a response of Aaron. Yeah, he's here. He's here. Come quick. Come quick. Oh, not you, Siri. Not you, Siri. No.
No.
It's
Searching.
like a frantic, like breathing response. You can't hear the surroundings. It's not how it works, but you can tell he's in the midst of some kind of battle.
So, DM, what would be closer? Would the guild be closer, or his hut would be closer?
Aaron's hut is far outside of town. It's right at the top right of the map. It's that little hut there.
Okay.
Whereas the guild is number 9 on the map.
Okay. So could
the
we
guild
could
is-
go via the guild? We could go
Try
via
out
the
the
guild.
Yes, yeah, it's on the way.
Okay.
Dylan, you and me go for. We need to go find him.
Yes, but so
Aaron.
who's gonna find Rinnick?
I don't know. I don't know where he is. I have
Could he
to ask.
be? Could he be at the Grove?
I didn't see him earlier.
Could he be at his home?
We just need to start looking, I think.
Well,
Maybe I can get a clue.
I suggest that two of us go and try and find Aaron, while the other two try and find Rinnick.
Okay, I'm going to look in the grove.
You're gonna have a better idea where Rinnick might be. Rufus or
Aye.
Varian, do you wish to come with me to try and find Aaron?
I'm just going to walk up to the head towards the dwarf on the stage and say, "I do not know how we have wronged you, dwarf, but you have my apology. Give us more information on where these fools can be found."
Roll a persuasion check, Varian, son of Badron. It's a
I
terrible
shall.
apology.
I don't know what arbitrary shit you want to hear me say, but here it is.
Such a Varian response.
It was a 3,
That's
but
anything?
Yeah.
well, charisma is -1, so
Oh,
it is a
shit.
2.
Listen, you fucking dwarfs. You know.
I'm sorry, you twat.
Listen, you half-growth. 'Tis I, Varian.
Half growth.
His expression, he smiles, and then it goes back to sour again.
I'm an eagle. I'm
Information.
heading to the grove.
Okay, Eagle heading to the Grove. Richter and Dutch had already headed off.
Yeah.
In search
For
of the
fishing
king.
boys.
Are you just running?
I mean, I don't have my cape, so yeah, I think for the most part we're just running.
I'd like you both to make me athletics checks.
Okay.
Zook, you're an eagle. So Varian, Rufus, and Dylan, what are you doing?
Dylan, can you get Ook up into the air to search from the skies?
Yeah, he would travel faster than we would as well. So I said, Ook appears on my shoulder, and he takes flight and starts scouting ahead to go and scout out the Hunters Guild as we make our way there.
Rufus, you see a troop of your armed. Oh my God, Dad is cool.
Yes! Wouldn't be a sesh.
It wouldn't be a session without
Dad.
it.
Papa Reeves.
He knows.
I'm
he obviously
disappointed.
He obviously.
It's fucking
there's
psychic
ever-
powers, isn't
I'm
We-
disappointed
we
every
D&D,
time he doesn't
and
ring.
doesn't call. You need to call him afterwards to make sure he's okay,
it?
man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good
Yeah,
shout.
yeah.
That's a good shout. You see a troop of Rowan's.
I can give you him a message with 25 words.
You see Rowan's armed guard, a small troop heading towards the town square. Rowan at the front. He points up towards some of the people on the rooftops, and some of the guards begin to like crouch and knock arrows to their bows.
Who's seeing this?
Anyone who's still back in the town, in the square.
Rufus is gonna run over to him, to Rowan, and shout, "Wait! Do not loose!" And approach him. These villagers, they're in danger. Please do not attack yet. They may slay everyone if you do. But I need you to watch this situation.
I heard the words loose and attack.
The blood like drains from Rowan's face. He's like, right, okay, and he starts.
That
like,
dwarf
giving
on the
orders to
stage.
men. Carry on.
Yeah, I basically just fill him in on what's just happened.
They begin to set up a perimeter like further around, watching them, staying a ways back, and you can see more of the guard beginning to approach.
Did you say so? The ping for Elgrin was from the north. Can you remind me where the churchyard is? Is it 12?
It is 12.
Okay. On nothing more than a hunch, Rufus is going to start sprinting towards there while saying to Varian and Dylan, just from the muffled noises and that he's buried.
Okay, so you're sprinting towards the churchyard too. Zook's going to the burrow. Brother Drow, where are you headed?
I'm going to the Hunters Guild.
You're going to the Hunters Guild
And
with
Ook scouting ahead. Varian.
I'm heading for. I thought I was heading for the graveyard.
Okay, if that's where you want to go, I've got Ook.
All right, fuck it. I'll go into the Hunters Guild with Brother Drow.
Okay, so we'll go with Varian and Dutch first. You sprint through the streets.
Brother
you
Drag.
see, well,
Brother
they
Drag.
ran almost immediately at the start.
You mean me?
Oh,
yeah.
Richter
So you're
and Dutch.
talking. Yeah, you mean Richter.
Sorry, what did I say?
Sorry.
I think he said Varian.
Varian and Brother Drag.
Richter and
Yeah.
Dutch.
Okay, cool.
Dutch.
Awesome. Cool.
Richter and Dutch heading towards the Church of Ilmater.
Bolting.
What did you get on your athletics?
It was a 13.
13?
Rolled a few of those today.
I got 18.
Hey! Carry me, daddy.
Dutch begins taking off, pulling distance away from you. Dutch, you take the steps up to the church 2 at a time, and you can see usually where the candles would be lit, and the father, the priest of Ilmater would be. The doors are open, and the church is empty inside.
Can I look for anything? Any signs of life? Any noise? I'll call out as well. I'll call out for Elgrin.
You begin calling out. Make me a perception check.
Come on. Shit. 11.
You begin shouting. You begin shouting and screaming, but nothing.
Would you say I've caught up yet?
You catch up. You hear. You sense the hunger. You sense this
Ping.
almost ping beneath the church.
Beneath, Dutch. Buried, perhaps, or maybe in some kind of crypt. Catacombs, maybe.
Is there stairs going down? Can we?
There's not immediately stairs that go down, but you can both roll me an investigation check.
Yes. God damn it.
Oh shit. Is that int?
It is.
Yeah. Fuck's sake, that's my third 13 in a row. Okay, that's weird.
I got 5.
5. Dutch begins just like tearing up cobblestones from the path, all sorts of stuff. But Richter, you go round the back of the church, and there is indeed an entrance to a crypt.
Dutch, back here.
Yeah, I charge.
At this point, you get there, you see Rufus. You were heading to the church too.
Yes.
Rufus,
Shit, we're all
Rufus
here.
appears, running across the churchyard towards you both.
Rufus, I sense
just
at
shout-
least the child beneath the church.
Rufus is just shouting, "He's buried! He's buried below!"
It is locked, not locked with a bolt and chain, but seems to be barred from the other side.
I get angry that someone's trying to stop me going somewhere I want to go,
Yeah.
and I enter a rage.
You enter a rage.
Rufus is going to help just bash down this door.
Okay, so in that case, Dutch, make me an athletics check with advantage, please.
So the first one is a natural 18. That'll
Hey-o.
be plus. Is this acrobatics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics. So the first one is 18 plus 9.
27.
And the second one, take the first one, 18 plus 9, so 27.
Both you and Gnome Rufus put your shoulders to the door, and after 1, 2, 3, it breaks open, and you both catch yourself before stumbling as the stairs go down into darkness.
Watch for traps on the way down.
Oh, I don't want the traps.
We'll pause there. Brother Draug, roll me an athletics check.
Oh, this is exciting.
Okay. As I'm running, I slowly go into my hybrid transformation and start doing my sort of half lycanthrope run on almost all
Lolloping,
fours.
yeah.
Okay.
That will be a 17.
You pass the church and head out of town towards Hunter's Guild Lodge. Eventually, you reach it. The streets seemingly empty. Most of the town is either busy indoors or in the town square. You pass a couple of people that just look at you with wide eyes as you sprint past in your hybrid form, and eventually you get to the doors of the kind of wooden huntsman's guild. But the doors are barred. Using your passive perception already, you can hear a deep growling from within. A growling that you recognize. A growling very like your own. You hear a splintering of wood and something shattering against the wall, and then the growling continues.
Okay. Is there any alternative ways inside? Are there any
some-
windows I could climb up to?
There are some. There's no like stained glass windows, but there are. It's like quite an open, almost barn-like hut. You could potentially climb up through some rafters. It's quite like airy.
Sure. I'll
Make me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay. I'll go for an acrobatics. That will be a 27.
Easily done. You pull yourself up and manage to get into the attic space above the main hall. The beams up here are it's not like an entirely solid floor, and you can see down through some of the cracks a great hulking form of a lycanthrope, grey skinned, grey fur with silver flecks through it, a very dark kind of matted fur underneath. It gets lighter towards the ends. You recognise this as Jim.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check to spot other things.
Okay. No problem. I'm obviously blind now, but I do have blind sense.
Yes, that's true.
So I have
Sorry,
advantage
should
on
say
hearing.
sense it.
I have advantage on hearing checks.
Mhm.
So that will be a 23.
Oh yeah, son.
Crouching on top of the rafters, you hear the wolf. You feel the tremors through the ground, stepping across the wooden floorboards, the creaks of the different wood pressing against each other, and you hear the faint breath of a human man behind some upturned tables to one side of the hall. You hear a sharp intake of breath. He seems to be injured or in pain. It's that of like a cowering animal, like a deer.
Okay. Am I able to drop down through the rafters?
Yes, if you would like to do so quietly, you can roll me a stealth check.
Okay, yes, I will. 30.
There's no
Oh.
Nat 17.
no
Fucking
noise as you
goddamn.
land on the ground behind.
Tentude.
You take in the smell and the noise of this figure. The werewolf form is less hybrid like your own. It is more true to that of Frank Griffin.
And I'd like to I don't know, there's no other way to really put it. I'd like to sneak up behind and try and chokehold the werewolf.
Yeah.
And choke it out.
Make me a sneak attack. Make me a sneak attack.
Okay.
So you have advantage because it's in stealth.
Okay. And I can use my will this count as my predatory strikes?
Yep.
Which I'm proficient in. Okay. So that will be a 25.
You jump, leaping onto the back of Jin in his lycanthrope form. He immediately rears up, but you manage to grab hold. You are currently on his back, kind of tearing into him. He lets out a I need you to roll initiative.
Okay.
Dog fight.
Yep.
I rolled a natural 20. Yeah.
What does that total him at?
Tells him at 24.
Okay, 22.
22. He is going to whip round and strike at you with 3 multi-attacks. 2 with
Okay.
his claws. Wow, that's a natural 1 for his first one. He just rakes at nothing behind you. Another natural 1. I just rolled a crit and then 2 natural 1s in a row. That's
Good dog.
Crazy. And then he's going to attempt to bite you for the final one. He tries to bite
Okay.
down on your arm.
Yep.
For those are terrible. It's still an 18 though.
Nope.
All 3 miss as he begins to move around. You hear Aaron begin to kind of get up from where he is, seeing what's going on. It is now your turn.
Yeah, I'd like to use my Crimson Right to take a D4, which is a D6 now, damage. So I take 2 damage, and then I'll go in to make some predatory strikes against him. But am I able to so it's not lethal damage?
Yeah.
So it's sort of like more punches.
Yeah, we can do it like that.
Okay, so first attack is that a 6 or a 9? A 9. So first attack is a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay. So 2d6 damage. So that will be 11 damage
Okay.
for the first attack, and then I get to make my second attack. That will be a 16, sorry.
A 16 does not hit.
Okay.
The second
And
attack
then
scrapes across his hide, but it is thick and coarse.
and then bonus action, third attack.
Okay.
Oh, natural 1.
You can roll for damage for that first sneak attack, by the way.
Those drums.
Oh,
owned,
do
by
I
the
get?
way. I was really enjoying
Oh,
that.
do I? Okay, no worries. Okay, I'll roll.
No, as in when you jumped onto his back.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I'll roll for that now. Okay, so there'll be a d6 plus 4d6. Okay, what have we got? 4, 10, 12, 16. So 22 damage for that.
Okay. He looks to be
and-
a hardy lycanthrope.
And I'd like to. That's all. Actually, some of that would be psychic damage. So one of the first from the first attack that hit after I did my sneak attack,
Right.
half of that would have been psychic.
Okay, yes.
From the
You
Crimson
notice
Right.
Your normal blades do not seem to pierce his hide so easily,
Yeah.
as is your own, unless
Yeah.
it is silvered or magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'd. Aaron, get out of here!
It is Aaron's turn. Aaron gets up And you can see him limping across. You hear the splats of blood hitting the wood of the ground. The door is barred. They cannot escape this place. Not with my leg how it is. And you hear the knock of an arrow to bow and a whistle. An arrow hits the lycanthrope. It is not silvered, but still pierces its flesh.
And in response, I'm like, careful! We mustn't hurt him too much.
We will pause it there. And we will go to Zook.
Yeah.
Double dashing
I'm
as an eagle, how fast can you move?
Dashing 180 feet. 160, sorry, 160
feet. It's still going to take you a fair bit to get to your grove. It's not particularly near town. But you begin heading there. Back to Rufus Dutch. And, where's Varian gone?
Varian was coming to the Hunters Guild.
Oh yeah, but you were quicker. Varian, what did you get on your athletics check?
I got a. Well, I haven't done one yet. I'll do it now. Click and drag to roll the dice. What's this shit?
Oh, you
I
do
got a.
roll 20.
Okay, right. Sorry, I got a 12 plus my. Athletics is strength. I got a 15.
A 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Rufus, Dutch, and Richter. Dutch, you said you wanted to look for traps.
No, I said I wasn't looking for traps.
Yeah.
Okay, you charge down into the dark. It is pitch black down there. But
Rufus ignites the sunblade as they descend.
Thank you.
the sunblade comes out and illuminates a tomb before you. A long, thin corridor leading down that eventually ends with what looks to be the tomb for the ex or the old mayors of Angmiri.
Oh, I should point out I have Devil's Sight. I really should have pointed that out.
Oh yeah, what does that do?
So, Devil's Sight is an Eldritch Invocation, which means I have Dark Vision. One sec. Sorry, loading. Yep. Eldritch. Yes. I have... No, yeah, sorry guys, sorry, yeah. So, Devil's Sight, you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that one.
It's like crazy.
Oh, you can see like magical stuff.
I don't know about that, but yeah, the
even
darkness
if
is...
you cast the darkness spell, he can still see, which is crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You get to the end. You can see there are 4 tombs ahead of you. At this point, a form apparates just to the side. You see Oshkar, Silvermark, standing there before you. Well, you've made it this far. A choice of 4. Take your pick.
Are any of the 4 pinging in particular?
Yeah, one is the third.
The third one. Okay, just want to address Oshkar. Well, you seem to like your games, Oshkar. What's the downside if we pick the wrong one?
Merely a bit of history. I mean, all of these people, and you can see, like, written along the names, there's... The first is Harmon Zisk, the second, Burr Dustdrifter, the third, Wilhelm Gristle, and the fourth, Frederick Applebottom.
Applebottom.
All died, you see, and perhaps it's a little bit of my way of saying that this piece of the puzzle that we must find is something that I possess. A part of my power showing you this. These figures of the past have died. They have passed on. Me, I will not.
Dutch, do you have any ideas? I believe he's in the third tomb.
Why? What makes you think he's in the third tomb?
I just tapped my head.
That's a good reason.
What does Rufus know of? Does he know of anything of important of the names on the tombs?
Frederick Applebottom is the grandfather of Franwin Applebottom. Other than that, they don't really hold too much significance. They are the forefathers of Amiri.
You see, she now has the apple-bottom jeans and the boots with the furs. I was just waiting for a suggestion of the atom-bottom lineage so I could use that joke. I've been sitting on it for 2 sessions.
I was gonna ask, is the atom bottom dudes their dad or some shit?
Okay, do the tombs look? So are they just slabs of stone? Is that just what I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Dutch, help me move this third one.
Are you sure?
Am I getting a strong ping from that one?
You are, yeah.
Open it.
I'm sure.
Roll me, whoever's trying to open it, roll me a strength check, please.
We both got good strength. Can we both try?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey.
18 plus 9 again. 27.
Damn.
14 ultimately.
You try, but Dutch just comes past and moves it to the side. As he pulls it, you hear what sounds like a kind of doing, 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 and something snaps.
Oh no!
And then there's a shattering noise.
Ah!
And from inside this tomb, you see something lurk from the shadows and form around you. You pull it enough to the side, though, that you see inside, indeed, lying next to the old, bones of Wilhelm Grisel, Elgrin, breathing and alive.
I pick him up.
Yeah, how many of us are down here again?
3. The creatures that have appeared seem to shy away from the Sunblade. And you recognize them as shadows.
Oh no.
Okay.
Not these things.
Lord Mayor, well, maybe not Lord Mayor for long, but perhaps you should take the boy and lead the charge at the front. Me and Dutch can hold them off from the rear. We have to get the boy out of here, don't we?
If they're approaching, I'd like to start swinging.
Okay.
They don't seem to be approaching. The light of the Sunblade is causing them to be at bay.
We should all move as one.
Yep. We stay in the light of the
I'll
sun.
keep them back with the sword.
Move
Yeah,
as
let's
one
back out
towards the
here.
exit. Yeah.
As you begin to back up the stairs towards the light, you just see Oshkar down there, slowly nodding in reverence.
Elgrin, you well? Are you okay?
He reaches forwards and produces a what looks to be like a red crystal.
Wayland's bizarre
I'm sorry
contraption.
they did this to you, boy. I'm sorry. You're safe now, though. Don't worry. We won't let anything happen to you.
It was so dark. It was so dark. I just had one word ringing in my head, echoing around, just this whispering. Immortality. Immortality. Again and again. Back to Zook, you continue to fly. You're going to reach there in a sec. Varian, you arrive at the guild hall. You see Dylan leaping up and climbing through the rafters and in. You run to the front door and you try it, but it is barred.
Can I climb up on the rafters?
You can attempt to, yes.
Okay. How big is the guild hall?
It's like a sort of town hall size.
Okay. No windows, presumably.
No, but there are spaces that Brother Draug managed to kind of climb through.
All right, I'm gonna have a
attic
crack.
Space.
I'm gonna have a crack at the old climbing.
Right, give me an athletics check then, please.
Okay.
You know what to do, Varian.
It's
You know what to do, and it
a
begins with G.
guidance.
If you serve a quick.
Oh fuck! I rolled a 20.
Huh?
Yeah, I rolled a 20 plus my strength, which
You rolled a
is
natural 20.
yeah, boy.
That motherfucking 20! Fucking the prodigal return!
Plus the 3, yeah, so 23.
Using your
What's
mighty
that?
strength, you pull your way up. You have nothing on you, by the way, save for your ring and your rags that you're wearing.
Where's my fucking sword at?
You don't
The
know.
favor of a silver dragon.
All you
Okay.
need is Bahamut's faith. That's all you
All right
need.
then.
As you
Kind
begin
of
to
divine
climb
intervention.
up the side, you feel this cold wind begin to wrap about you, and it spurs you on, pushing you up and up until you are above, and you can see two werewolves battling, one on the other's back, as a brave archer stands solo in the corner, firing off shots towards them both.
Okay. So I'm
this is
going.
how
to...
they met.
Varian.
Bahamut, do not fail me now. Protect my friend. And I'm going to pull out elemental weapon.
Okay. I believe that might imbue a weapon,
Yes.
which you do not have.
What? Oh,
You don't have
fuck.
a
Oh
weapon.
no.
Varian would know this, though.
Can it?
Varian
Can
will
it?
know.
Rolo doesn't, but Varian does.
Yeah, it has to,
Well,
you have
that's
to touch a weapon.
actually fuck that.
Do
I'm
you
going to
have
pull out
a-
spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
Aha!
At what level?
At level.
So you can
At
cast
level-
cast it higher level if you want.
I'm going to cast it at level 2,
Okay.
if that's all right.
What does
Spiritual
your
weapon.
remind us all what your spiritual weapon looks like?
My spiritual weapon is the claw of an eagle, cast in sunderous platinum, shimmering, lustering, with the glint of a mountain stream.
Oh.
And
miss that.
I'm going to bring that fucker down onto the target of my choice, which is the one that doesn't look like Dylan.
Make an attack. And a
Bust
and a,
it.
and a chug-a-lug to that, everyone.
I'd chug a like to that.
Oh, Josh has
Oh, let's give it some.
Oh,
Okay,
Gosnells.
Premium Gosnells.
Oh,
Bop. Oh, 19
Oh.
plus my spellcaster.
That
which
already
is-
hits. It already hits with a 19. Roll your
Have
damage.
that. Spellcasting modifier is +5 is a D8.
Your wisdom. So it's a D8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, it's a tasty 7. Ooh.
I got a 7, and I'm chucking on wisdom, which is +8, which gives that fucker a
It should be a
fat
+5 at a maximum, your wisdom modifier.
+5. 13.
13 points of damage. Okay. As you're
Bahamut's
battling,
claw.
Dylan, you just see this spectral claw emerge from the ground. You feel the familiar presence of the cold wind blow about you.
Can I cast onto my spiritual weapon?
That is your boat. No, it's a
Okay,
it's a magical weapon. So
fine.
that's your bonus action. You still have an action, but you can only cast because you've already cast one spell. You can only cast cantrips as your second one. You can't do 2 spells.
Can I run in for a kick?
You can jump down for an unarmed
Just
attack.
fucking run in for like a proper
Make me an
question
unarmed
mark
attack,
kick.
please. It's just
Yeah, I'm
a
gonna-
D4 plus your strength.
Okay, fuck it.
A D4, a D10, a D20 plus your strength, and then the damage
Oh.
is just 1. It's just
Okay, well, it was 21. I rolled.
to hit. That hits.
Yeah.
You bring your foot down as you go down.
It's a perfect
So
question mark
what's
kick
your-
around
What's
it.
your strength modifier?
+3.
Okay, it hits him for 3 damage. For 4 damage, but it's only 2 because he takes half. Because he's a fucking lycanthrope. The kick comes down. It hits and collides, but it is weak. It does not It does not really punish this werewolf. You kind of pull back between Aaron and the enemy. So I add you to the initiative order.
Can I do one last thing? So I'm in this guild hall.
Yes.
Is there anything pinned up around on the walls or anything like that?
There's plenty of like
any
withers
displays
and bows, but there's other than that.
No knives crossed over trophies or anything like that.
Not really.
That's a shame.
There's some bows though. It is the lycanthrope's turn. Seeing an unarmed individual in front of it, Jin lets out a mighty roar and is going to go in for 3 strikes at you, Varian. For a 23 to hit, which is going to hit. Second claw, 25. This is more like
that also hits.
Oh.
So both of those are going to do. Six. 30 points of slashing damage.
Shit.
And then he's going to attempt to bite you.
Oh.
Which he gets a 15, which is
Wow.
It's
Doesn't
still going
catch
to
me.
hit you because you're not wearing your armor.
God damn it!
Hold tight. I've got 18 without my armor.
No, it's
I was bite special.
That's unlikely.
It's 10 plus your dex mod is like without armor.
It hits.
It's going to hit you. And this does slightly more damage. It's going to do 13 points of damage. So 43 points of damage all in one. As he tears at you, you begin to fall back, regretting your decision to drop down and kick him. Sink into the floor, quick! That ends its go.
Nope.
Brother Draug, you are up.
Looking over his shoulder, he sees Varian there, unarmed, no weapon. Varian, I appreciate the help, but try not to get yourself killed. Perhaps you could help from a distance. Also, we must be careful not to. We must be careful. This is Jin. He is a friend. And I'll go in for 3 more strikes.
Okay.
Am I able to move into whilst Varian is there? Am I able to move into a flanking position?
You may.
Okay, so that will be a 22 to hit.
A 22 hits.
Okay, so that will do a D6 of. Am I able to choose with my sneak attack? Am I able to choose the damage if it's psychic or slashing?
It is the damage of your weapon.
Okay, no worries, that's fine. Okay, so it will be 5d6 for the claw.
Oh.
So 8, 10, 14.
We can't damage him too much.
Yeah. 20 slashing damage plus 5 psychic.
Okay.
And a second attack. That's a 30 to hit.
Yep.
That will be 10 slashing and 3 psychic. And then the final strike will be a 26 to hit.
Damn, wearing him
Dealing.
down, even if he's taking half on a lot of this.
Ooh, 12 slashing and 4 psychic.
Okay.
Or well, I don't know if it would be bludgeoning because I'm like trying to.
The
Not that it
initial
matters.
slashes aren't quite reaching through his hide as best it could, but the psychic damage is hitting him every round. You can see that he is bloodied at this point. It is Aaron's go. Aaron is going to make a single shot. Aaron's shot goes wide and hits the wall. He's fairly unpracticed with his bow currently, seeing as he only got his arm back literally like a day or two ago. Zook, at this point, you reach your glade. You head into the Bellwood and you drop down, landing in the
Staying as
in
an
the
eagle,
center.
but looking around.
Make me a perception
Yeah.
check.
Oh, I've got advantage. Oh, natural 20. Plus 15, so 35.
You
Oh,
listen
you spot him.
and you look around, and
I see the essence of life itself.
all is still in the woods. The trees are asleep. It's peaceful in your glade. He is not here.
Shit. I go, "Rah!" and I'll take to the wing again, and I head back to the town.
Okay. Rufus and Richter, Dutch. What are you doing?
Okay. Well, it's probably not wise for us to carry Elgrin everywhere with us. We should probably like leave him at a friendly household, maybe. Or what do you think?
I don't want him to get like recaptured though.
No, I agree. Okay. Right. Well, there's 3 of us. But we don't know if the others have managed to find anyone yet. I have another locate creature spell. Oh, well, I can find another creature with my magics.
Let's do it.
Well, I
Yes.
don't know whether they found them or what the others look like. It would be a waste.
Send a message.
Sorry?
When we tried before, Rinnick was the only one that didn't respond to the sending spell.
Have I met Rinnick?
You would have, yes. Just from being in the town, he's the potion dude. He's a gnome, he's a gnome from the air scene, like Zeke.
Okay. Well, okay. I think we should move slightly further into the town because if I cast this on the outskirts and then he's on the other side, I might not pick him up.
Okay, let's fucking hoof it. I'm gonna carry the book. How injured is he?
Elgrin is not injured. He's not injured at all.
Right, I'm gonna grab him by the wrist so I can help him along if he slows down, and we're gonna fucking hoof it.
Yes.
It seems like he was finding it hard to breathe, and much longer he may have asphyxiated.
Oh. Okay. Oh, by the way, who has the piece of the special gem that Elgrim was holding?
He gave it to Rufus.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on to that because I believe that may be key to solving the strange mechanism that may kill Waylon. Okay, we're basic to meta. I want to head and when I get sort of nearer the middle of town, I want to cast locate creature again. This time on Rinnick.
Okay. Thinking about Rinnick, you recast it, and
Help me, Seeker. Help me find him.
You get a ping back into town.
He's in town. He's in town. We must go.
Let's go.
You begin heading.
What direction?
Which direction? Yeah,
back,
ping it.
Back. Let me get it up. Back in this direction. Back across town.
Back on the other
Across
side.
the bridges. In fact, I can find the exact.
What is that on the side of the map?
Yep, I think Varian has drawn us some images.
Oh.
What he has been doing with Bahamut.
Oh god, you guys can see that.
Yeah, we can see that, son.
I don't know how to delete it.
Just entertaining yourself.
I don't know how to delete.
dear.
I'm trying.
Let us keep it there for shame.
Is that some kind of space rocket?
Bahamut's claw.
Looks like a night pleasure.
So
yes, we are heading in the direction of the ping.
yes, like here.
Ding.
You begin heading in that direction. Zook, you continue flying. Back in the guild hall. It is the lycanthrope's turn. Jin, this time spinning about, is going to rake his claws across, turning towards the lycanthrope foe that just so hit him in the back. You can see silvery blood of his dripping onto the ground. You know that in order to knock him unconscious, you could do it non-lethally towards the end, but you still need to beat the shit out of him in order to get this guy down. He's going to make his first claw strike at you for a 16.
Misses.
Second claw strike for a 25.
That hits.
That is 11 points of slashing damage.
Halved.
Halved to...
Rounded up.
We round up 6.
Yep.
And then his bite for a 28.
Hits.
He sinks his jaws down into you. Whoa, a 6 and a 5 on that. 21 points of damage from his bite.
Okay.
Sinks down through where Frank had cut your throat previously. You have the long like slash scar across there.
Mm-hmm.
It bites down further in. You feel the like surge of lycanthrope energy coursing through you as the blood and the bond begin to mix. That is the end of his turn. It is your turn, Brother Draug.
Okay. So what was the total damage there? It was so it would have been
Altogether-
21, so 11 plus 6, so 17 points of damage.
No, it was 21 points plus the plus 11.
Was that halved? Was that halved already?
Sorry, I should 33 halved, so altogether it would be 17 points altogether.
7. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 1 sec. Okay. So Jin sinks his teeth in, and with a roar, Dylan throws him off and goes in for an uppercut riposte. Swipe with his claw. So that first strike is not so good. That will be a 16.
16 just doesn't hit.
Okay.
Just misses.
He grits his teeth through the pain, and unfortunately that means he misses, and then goes in for a second strike. Okay, so a 23, much better.
That definitely hits.
Okay.
He parries the first one, grabbing your hand with his larger claw, but you bring the other one up, raking it down the inside of his arm as he howls out in pain.
Okay, so this will be plus sneak attack damage. Oh, that's not the best roll. So 2 psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Plus plus 18 slashing.
18 slashing. Okay.
And then okay, so he misses. Dylan misses with his first slash, and then comes up with a second one, striking him on the underbelly. And then for another one, he leaps up and goes claws in hand, and goes to gouge him in the face. Okay, so that's a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Okay. Doing double sixes, 6 psychic,
Shit. 6 psychic.
and 12 slashing.
He's looking pretty hurt, but he's not down yet.
Don't put that on.
Put it on a daily stop.
Okay, it is Varian, son of Vadron's turn.
I've still got up my spiritual weapon, haven't I?
Yep, you can use a bonus action to attack with it.
Yeah. Can I do that and still use a level 1 spell?
You can use any level spell. Yeah, you can just. It's not even a
have it
spell.
up.
You just.
Yeah, but even though it involves concentration, both.
If you cast another concentration spell, the spiritual weapon will drop. But some
That's some
spells aren't
bullshit.
concentration, so it depends. Yeah, you have to decide.
Mm. Okay. Well, with my action, can I grab one of the ornamental display bows and arrows on the wall?
Yeah, you definitely can.
Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take a whack with my spiritual weapon.
I would say in order to run to grab the bow, you will have to move out of his range, and he may or may not attack you as you run, as you try and return.
That is just a risk I'm going to have to take, I think.
Okay. He slashes out with a wild claw for a 19, which does hit, which does 15 points of slashing damage to you as you jump out the way.
Shit.
Varian looking beat up.
15, you say?
Yes.
He is fucking me up. Okay.
I'm doing all right, so don't worry about me.
This might be a quick in and out.
Can heal
okay.
yourself. As a cleric, you are able to do that.
I'm not doing that yet.
I'll do it when I'm dead.
Okay, I'm going to hit with my spiritual weapon then. So I've grabbed up. Can I use the bow and arrow as in this turn?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to spin round for a shot.
You grab
With
an
the
arrow
bow.
out of one of the nearby quivers, knock it to the bow, and take a shot. So it's roll a d20 and add your dexterity bonus and your proficiency, because you are a war cleric. You are proficient in all weapons of this kind.
19 plus my proficiencies is a +5.
The arrow
Oh,
strikes
that is-
true.
That is 24.
Hell
Bang.
yeah, son. That's the one.
So a normal longbow is a d8, correct, for the drow?
Yeah.
Yep.
So roll me a d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
That's a 7. Just a 7.
A straight 7.
Straight 7.
Yeah, your dex is minus a bunch, isn't it?
Oh, hang on. It's a 6.
It goes down. I don't think you can minus damage.
Oh, okay, fine. Let's call it a 7
It
then.
will just do the straight roll. But it will definitely minus off that 19.
Off the what? Sorry.
I think it would have balanced
Yeah,
out.
but I had my proficiency as well, though, didn't I?
So it's just, like, that's one of the only
Not a
things
very
you could
good
have rolled
shot.
to even hit. So yeah, 7 points of damage. Okay, and then make an attack with your spiritual weapon. The arrow strikes in, but it only pierces in a tiny bit. Its thick hide seems to be protecting it.
6 plus 5. It's 11.
And 11 does not hit. It
Oh, hang on.
rakes-
Sorry, beg your pardon. Sorry, so I rolled a d20 for the hit with the
Roll-
spiritual weapon. I rolled damage. Sorry. 16 plus my spellcast.
Oh, you rolled a d8.
Yeah, rolled the wrong. It's a 21.
Oh, that hits. Roll your damage.
6 plus 5 is... I get 11.
11 points of magical damage. Nice.
Yes.
It's wearing him down. Finally, it is Aaron's turn. Aaron's going to take a shot. This time, striking true. Oh, wow. Aaron does 14 points of damage with his shot, but it is halved to 7, so he's taken a fair bit. Okay, it is now Zook. You continue flying back, unfortunately. Rufus, Richter, and Dutch, you begin running through the streets. Your ping is getting more and more reliable and closer to the crystal pool. Your next shot. You don't make it quite yet. This is like 6 seconds happening in this combat. So
Sure.
it's back. It is the lycanthrope's turn.
One sec. While we were
Unless
running,
you want to do anything, yes.
yeah, while we're running, I'm just going to pull the pearl of power out of my pocket and whisper, "Restore."
Yay!
Thank you for that.
Good, nice.
Bam, slot back.
Victor.
Nice.
Yeah, you
Victor, can you send a message to Zook to say
I can do that, but if I do that, that uses the very last thing I just restored. But yes, I can do it. Oh wait, if I do that, does that break my concentration for the ping?
No, that's not
Shouldn't it?
concentration.
Yes, then I can.
only if you don't want to, if you
I mean,
wanna
we've
save
got
it
the
for something
ping,
else,
so
then-
we might as well send it. Like, yeah.
So
Would you like?
you're sending to what?
Are you asking me to inform Zook where we're going?
Yeah.
Yes, then I will do that. Zook. We're heading towards the crystal
Crystal pool.
pool, where we believe that Rinnick is currently being held. I have 25 words to reply with.
You just hear an eagle's screech come back.
Ah, God!
25 equals.
I got some feedback.
I banked slightly left. And,
It spurs you on.
Cool.
Okay, so Jin is spinning round, seeing both of these archers shooting at him, and this lycanthrope staring him down from the side. He puts his back to the arrows and is determined to face off this similar foe. Both lycanthropes head to head. He is going to make 2 strikes at you once more with his claws. A 24 and a 17.
Yep. 17 misses.
17 misses. First strikes you, but the second you manage to dodge out of the way, dealing 16 points of damage.
Total? Was that before half?
No, that is total, so you can halve
Okay.
it to 8. And then he's going to go in for another bite in the same spot.
Rawr.
Which he got a 23 to hit,
Hits.
and he does 17 points of damage. Remind me, Varian, have I hit you with any bites or just claws?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you hit me with one bite.
One
Make me
bite.
a
I think.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit! Dragon priest.
That's +2 d20 +2.
Oh,
It's a 11.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
Brother Drow, it is your turn.
Okay. So down from the rafters, there's a screech as a vicious owl swoops down upon its quarry, and with that distraction, Dylan goes for a slash for a 30 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay,
Up
come on.
Slashing across his throat this time, trying to tear
I lost a
it.
dice. That's what we get. Ooh, that's a nice roll. I think. Okay, so that will be 5, 18, 21. That'll be 27 points of slashing damage and 1 point of one psychic.
One psychic, 27.
How's he looking?
He's taken 140 points of damage so far.
Okay.
He's looking more than bloodied.
Okay, but not still. Does he look like
He's still
a couple
got
more?
fight in him.
He's still got fight in him. Okay, two more strikes.
2 more strikes.
Okay, so the next one that will be a 22.
That hits.
Okay, so that will be a good roll again. So that will be 12 points of slashing and 5 points of psychic.
Okay. How about 5 points of psychic? Nice.
5 points of psychic. A 25 to hit.
That hits. The rolls are good with the rogue.
12 points of slashing, another 6 on that again, and 1 point of psychic.
Psychic. He staggers back. Silver blood slipping down and splattering on the wood, but he holds. It seems he is in it until the last breath.
Come on, fuck him up.
Varian, son of Adron, it is your turn.
I'm gonna abandon my. Well, I'm gonna take a. Hold on 1 second. Is that an action? Yeah, fuck it. Okay, I am going to take a step back within the hall, and I'm going to fire off a blade barrier. So I just basically
describe.
So basically, I'm presuming we're in a smallish kind of meeting hall, a guild hall. I throw myself into one corner in a deft roll and spread my arms, and it's as if my arms have become feathered with blades, and the blades fan out, creating a wall 5 feet from me, and it's just a wall of blades.
Sick.
Shining with platinum energy.
And you want to catch Jin within this.
I want all my boys in this, but I don't want this fucker to pass. I want to cast it between Draug and it's creating this barrier.
Okay, if I'll say you can place it so it's actually encompassing Jin, so he's within the blade barrier, as in like literally in the bit where the blades are actually slicing. Or
That's
you
a bad
can
idea.
try and place it between the two, but it might get Dylan as well.
Ooh. What's your dex, Dylan?
High.
For a saving throw. Yeah, I'm
Very
going to
high.
place it between the two.
Okay. In which case, it's when it's your turn, so it doesn't do damage immediately. It's like at the start of their turn, they have to make the save.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this barrier of blades, you have seen this before. You've seen Varian cast it before upon the knolls within the Ymir forest when you fought the Shasuva and chased after Blackwood, and it was devastating then, and it is just as devastating now. Let's play some more battle music.
Why am I not picking up any of the music at all?
Are you on Roll20?
There's a
Yeah.
bar.
Are you on a Mac?
Yeah, I'm on a Mac.
Yeah.
You need to go to your system preferences and change your output,
Oh.
and then change your output in Roll20 as well.
Oh, okay.
Then just hit, like, I think, reconnect. Then,
I ain't
yeah,
doing
should
that.
do it.
That's long. I'm gonna fuck something up if I try that.
Okay. Next up is Aaron. Aaron's going to take another shot. Aaron got
Aaron,
natural 2. It hits the wall.
God damn it, Aaron.
In fact, the blade barrier would stop it anyway. So yeah, ignore that. Because I remember blade barrier can shred arrows up within it, and you can't really see through it. Aaron turns to you, Varian, seeing you spread your hands and the kind of wings of Bahamut become these platinum blades. He pulls something from his pocket, a green-looking gem, and he slides it across the floor to you. And he says, "There's something about Dominion. Just keeps ringing through my head again and again. Dominion." Richter, Dutch, and Rufus, you arrive at the door of the Crystal Pool, the shop owned by Rinnick. The door is shut and the lights are off, and the close sign is placed.
Dutch, do you want to check
Bashing
the door
that
for
door
traps?
down.
Oh, I'm the traps!
Rufus,
Yeah,
roll
we
me an
popped
athletics
Please,
check.
motherfucker.
It's a 14.
Dutch, you rolling too?
I'm gonna let him see. I'm gonna see how he does. I'm gonna let them know
a 14. It's easily enough done with this door. It's an old rickety house. You kick down the door, and within, you see the shop. You see the familiar plants growing up the walls and the various different things. And you see huddled in one corner, kind of up against one of the sides, Rinnick, his body swollen and red.
Ugh.
Like he's almost unrecognizable as himself. His face has just like had some horrific allergic reaction. He is puffed out beyond his normal scope.
Can I use my Am I right in thinking that 5 points of lay on hands cures? It's either a disease or a poison.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's. Let me have a look. I think it could be either. Lay on hands. It's a poison. You can neutralize one disease or neutralize one poison.
Okay, we don't know that he's poisoned, but because I don't know if we have much time, I'm going to try and use 5 points to neutralize a potential poison in him.
You slide over across the floor, slam your hand down onto him.
Glyphs in my footsteps.
Will it do anything?
It's just a magical effect.
Thanks, though, bro.
The glyphs and the healing magic begin to work into the body, and they evaporate out. And it has no effect.
Is there anything else like, in the room?
You can see on the counter to the side there are 3 flasks. An apparition appears behind the counter of Oshkar Silvermark, and he shakes his head and he says, "I'm afraid you're too late. Your eagle friend made the wrong choice. Well, all I can do is explain what could have been done. There is an antidote among these, but sadly he was older than maybe anticipated."
Rufus spins round back to Rinnick and shouts, "Rinnick!" and drops down and grabs him by his collar to check if there are any life signs whatsoever.
Roll me a medicine check.
Can I help? Can I assist with that? Because I've got it tagged.
Yeah.
Do you just want to roll with advantage, or?
Maybe you should roll it then.
Okay, sure. Yeah, here we go.
I will say, Rufus, you need to roll because you're the one.
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay, fine. -3.
While they're doing
Advantage.
this, can I start?
Oh, it's a 19 though. -3.
He is dead. He is puffed up to the point where he could no longer breathe, and it was maybe minutes ago.
Can I check his
Dutch,
hands?
Dutch, what did you want to say?
Oh yeah, Dutch, you were going to say something.
I wanted to try and commune, just to ask if there was anything that could be done.
You can begin it. I think it's at least a minute or 10
It is a minute.
I mean, we have to wait for Zook to get here anyway.
Okay, you begin laying out and casting commune. You unclench his like swollen hand, and indeed there is a blue crystal within.
Okay, well, we'll take it.
As it falls to the ground, or you pick it up, you notice there's also many coins, many silvered coins within his hand that fall.
I don't want to touch those.
You see, wealth can buy anything, not you, silly. Wealth can change any man's heart. It is the true power. You see these poisons here that have sadly killed this gnome were brewed and delivered and supplied by none other than one of his colleagues and friends. Mere gold was all I had to offer. Gold will buy you anything. Everyone has a price. And the apparition fades.
Gold won't keep him alive.
Back to the combat. It is Jin's turn. Jin, once again, slashing towards Brother Draug. This time, dodges to the side as the blade barrier erupts and needs to make a dexterity saving throw. As does Brother Draug. We may as well do it now on both of your turns.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, 2, which isn't good. That's only a 6, Varian.
A 19.
What is your save?
Varian.
Say again, sorry?
What's your save?
It's your spell DC.
Spell save.
It is.
It should be 8 plus your 5 whiz plus your proficiency.
So it's
The 18.
7.
8 plus 5 was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
8 plus 10.
8 plus 5.
18.
What? 12 plus 8, so it's 20.
So your wisdom is plus 5. Your proficiency
No, my
bonus-
wisdom's plus 8.
No,
No, it's not.
That's with the proficiency.
Ah.
But your proficiency's gone up. It's now plus 5 because you're level 13. It's not plus 3
Right.
anymore. So actually, some of these should have been added a little bit more on. We
So
will
it's
sort it out.
my wisdom plus what? Sorry.
It's your wisdom plus your proficiency bonus.
Well, it's okay. So it is. It's 13.
Plus 8. 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom modifier.
What's your
so
proficiency bonus?
Plus 5.
And your wisdom is plus 5. So that's 10.
And
Oh
yeah,
then it's
okay,
just-
sorry.
And then it's just straight plus 8. So the 8 is just what the DC thing is. It's always 8
Right.
base. So it's an 18.
18 then.
So Brother Draug, you got a 19.
19.
And your evasion allows you to take no damage at all as a rogue.
Yes.
Pass a dex check.
Ah,
So Brother Draug
nice.
flips backwards as the blades
Nice.
erupt. Roll damage to catch Jin. He rolled a 2.
Oh, Jin.
May I ask whether this is lethal or non-lethal damage from the blade barrier?
Well, it's lethal, isn't it?
Fair enough. Roll the damage.
6 D10s. That's pretty brutal.
That's good.
Varian.
I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
He's our friend. He's
That's
our
a lot of
friend.
blades.
He's our
Varian
friend.
cares not for these pixie tricks.
He was.
Well, that's a 10 straight
Oh.
away. That's a 3. 13. 23. 23 plus the 8
31.
is
31.
31. Plus 1, quick fail.
32.
32. How many have I done so far?
5.
5.
Plus 6.
38.
38 damage.
38 points of damage.
And I'm keeping this sucker up.
How does the blade barrier kill this life?
Oh, God. It eviscerates. So it just slashes and slashes until just ribbons and just bloody matter are just dripping, dripping from where a figure once stood. Have you seen that film? What's the one, Ghost Ship, where the people get fucked up with those cables?
Tension
Like
cables.
they're all on the
yeah.
dance floor, living life, and then just like that, and then you just see slices of them just fall to the ground. That's essentially what's happening with this.
Wet meat.
Ooh.
Let
It's
the
the
bodies
guy
hit the
on the
floor.
floor.
Let the
Blood
bodies hit the
sprays-
floor.
That's him.
Blood
Aaron is
sprays
that
out
one
your
child
way,
that missed out.
ma'am. Blood sprays out from your side of the blade barrier, Dylan, and you see pieces fall backwards on the other side as Varian stands, holding his hands out like this from the blade barrier, and Jin is no more. Do you drop the blade barrier?
Yeah.
You see the kind of young man form now, human form of Jin lying in several pieces across the ground within the hall. Aaron runs over, skidding to him. He changed. He attacked, and Aaron points towards what looks to be a smashed blue liquid on the ground of glass.
Assessing the situation, is there anything that can be done for Jin?
He is shredded. As
Which
Varian
bit?
explained, he is shredded into like maybe 5 or
So-
6 pieces.
So Dylan doesn't break his combat stance and looks fucked, seriously pissed off, and he just goes straight over to Varian and just punches him straight in the face.
Did you want 3 blades to do that?
Can I put?
Does-
I'm putting the blade barrier back up.
Does an 18 hit?
It hits.
Okay. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of psychic.
Oh fuck!
Oh, dude.
I'm basically dead now.
Varian like, falls back.
It's
bloody.
non-lethal. That's fine. Then Dylan just turns around and then just ignores Varian and just goes over to Aaron. Aaron, are you okay?
Aaron just kind of stares down.
That was not my intention. My intention was to at least make him unconscious so he'd go back to his normal form. But I fear others are in danger. Do you have something upon your person? An item?
He points towards Varian, shaking. Varian clutches a green-coloured gem in
Okay,
his hands.
I'll go over to Varian again, and I'll take it off him. I'll just wrest it off him if he does. I'll wrest. I don't care if he's not giving it to me or not.
Varian, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
What do you say? What do you say to Dylan?
what am I supposed to do with this bloody werewolf? It's biting me. And I'm just gonna hand it over.
Jin. He had a name. His name was Jin. And
Which
with that,
bit of
I'll
him's
grab-
called Jin? That bit or that bit?
Oh shit!
I punch him again. I punch him again.
All right, make an attack.
For a 23.
It's gonna hit.
So that's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning and 1 point of psychic.
Okay, I'm pretty much dead now.
And I'll grab with that. I'll grab the item.
Okay, you grab the item and begin.
And I book it. And I'll say, the least you can do is heal Aaron, and that I'll leave it at that.
Fuck that. The least I can do is heal myself. Fucking 10 health.
Right. So, Rufus, Dutch, and Richter, where are you headed?
I'm running all running back. Surely.
Do you want to finish your commune or?
Yeah.
We've got to wait for Zook to get here anyway. Zook's still coming down.
Fucking run.
What are you doing? What are you doing,
Stop
Gypsies?
grabbing the gems and running. We got to fucking save our boy.
I mean, popping outside, looking into the sky, do I see a bird that looks like Zook? Because we told him where to head.
Not yet.
Okay.
We got to run for We got to run for Wayland now. We don't have time.
We don't have time
for a fucking gnome who's pissed off.
Duke will know where to go.
All right, I'm just gonna quickly write that on the fucking wall of the goddamn house and go. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
He dead.
Elgrin is still with you. He's like running and trying to keep up.
I don't know how wise it is for us to take Elgrin right into the middle of all this. I'm not convinced the fucking Wayland suit isn't gonna fucking detonate.
He's
Does
safe
Rufus
with
know
us
like a
already.
safe place he could go hide, or does Elgrin know a safe place he can go hide?
Well, I ain't waiting for these people to fucking talk. I'm off.
All right. Dutch is off. Who's?
All right, I'm following Dutch. Elgrin, just keep your head down. Follow us, but we might have to tell you to go.
He just kind of shrugs and looks scared.
I tell him when we get to the square not to go in the square, but keep a distance, but stay safe outside.
Okay. You begin heading back to the square. Zook, make me a perception check.
Okay. 30. No, sorry, 34.
You come barreling down towards the main centre of the town, and you can see Richter and Richter and Dutch, Elgrin and Rufus running back towards the village square.
Okay, I swoop down and I sort of bank and then in through the street, pull up, turn back into Zook and start floating after them. Did you find them? Who did you find?
Rinnick's dead, Zook. I'm sorry, it was too late.
Zook just stops and he just
Poison.
stands in the street.
It was poison. We don't have the means to fix it, Zook. Maybe you do. But right now, we're taking all of these gems back into the center of town. We have saved Elgrin. I don't know if Aaron is safe.
He'll pay. He'll pay. And he starts floating. He starts floating with you again.
Good gnome.
An apparition appears in the hall and looks down towards the remnants of Jin. Oshkar appears. I'm proud of you, Varian. Good work. See, the lesson here was dominion. You must force those who do not obey you into submission. You are good at that, clearly. I've seen from your work. Well done. He disappears.
Back off, half growth.
Where are you?
Oh, we didn't get a word from Rinnick, did we?
You kind of did, but
He spoke about wealth.
Book of wealth. We had also heard the word immortality.
Varian, what are you doing?
I want the
I'm
last
going to
one.
heal myself, I think.
Okay. What are you casting? Cure wounds?
I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Which should give me a bit of health back.
Okay. You can cast it at higher levels to heal more if you want. I'll let you roll.
I'm going to cast it at a properly high level, actually. I'm going to cast it at level.
Cure wounds is in general just better because you can touch. It's high. It's more dice.
Is it?
But it requires touch and is a whole action. But at this point, it's better because you're not in combat.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Okay. While you do that, the rest of you.
And I'm going to walk for the center of the town to join the others.
Okay. You make your way back to the center of the town. You pass Rowan who looks extremely worried. But Rufus, you know there is no time, and you head back onto the stage. What are you all doing? Brother Draug, you managed to catch up with them at this point.
Am I able to throw them the gem and just I'll say the word Dominion. Dominion is the word that's linked with this. And
Thank you.
I'll make eyes with Dutch. Say, Dutch. How about we get ourselves acquainted with our friends on the rooftops?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I would like to sneak off and
What is that?
go to one of the buildings where one of the people above the buildings are with the crossbow and just stealth my way up to the top. And then obviously Dutch knows what the deal is. Well, at the same time, do a double takedown of another on opposite roof.
Okay.
Duck rat.
Is Kunda in the assembled crowd?
Kunda is in the assembled crowd.
Kunda, we may need your help with technological means.
Kunda begins pushing his way forwards, with a hooded figure at his back. That's kind of walking.
Of course, no one draw attention to the figure. No one draw attention.
They both make their way up onto stage, and he begins inspecting Wayland's device that's attached to him. I rolled a natural 2.
Oh boy.
I can't figure it out. I haven't seen something like this before. The visage of Oshkar appears, and Kunda turns to him. How dare you? You come to my old city. You pay those drow. You were behind it, weren't you? I know you were. And Oshkar simply stands and smiles. Time is ticking, Kunda. You of all people should know that time is precious. Smile.
Okay. Looking at the vest, what are we looking at?
It looks to be a series of kind of metal bands that are plated together. At this distance now that you are close, you see that it is made of a quantium.
Motherfucker.
Okay.
There are 3 central kind of slots in which 3 items could be placed. Other than that,
Okay.
So, the gems that
go
we've
ahead.
got
Someone
are
else go
different
ahead.
colours. Are
Is
they
that-
all so the gems that we've got, they're all the same shape and size, but they're just different colours.
yes.
Okay. What is the color of the stone that we found with Elgrin?
Red.
Red. Immortality. What is the color of the stone that we found with Rinnick?
Blue.
Blue. Possibly wealth. Possibly. And Dylan. I believe they've gone now, but I believe he may have said the word Dominion. Was that true? And what
Was.
color is this stone here?
Green.
Green. Green Dominion. Blue wealth. Red immortality. Are there any corresponding colors on the bands of metal?
There are not.
Oh.
Richter. Oshkar starts with wealth. That's the thing he has more than anything. That's the thing he craves. He loves wealth. And that's why he destroyed my first home, and I'm not letting him destroy my second. With wealth, he gains dominion. He controls people. With the plague of money, of these coins that people seem to value, these things that people will murder and draw blood with, that I've never understood. That's how he gains dominion. And his end goal is that he wants to be outside everything that's natural. He wants to live forever. That is nothing that I believe in would allow that. So I would
That's
say...
the best hunch we have. Put them in that order.
Red, in classical imagery, red destroys green, green absorbs blue, blue douses red. The the holes for these gems, are they in a circle? Are they just randomly scattered around the body?
They're in a line going down, 1, 2, 3, on top of each other.
Your reasoning, Zook, that perhaps wealth would be first. It seems reasonable.
This is the mind of a pure evil creature. I can't think straight. Don't rely on me, but that's what I know of Oscar.
Waylon, I feel it may be important to actually ask your input, considering that you are the subject of this. Do you have any understanding of this mechanism?
I was out cold when they did it to me. I do not. But I agree with Zook. I think this is all we can do. Unless perhaps we can get me out of here somewhere else away from the people.
That seems wise. Are they looking up? Does it look like the archers are going to be amenable to that idea?
Well, Oshkar stands to your side and looks towards you and shakes his head. I think.
Do we have agreement? Blue first.
It
We're all
seems
gonna
that
be
wealth
dead.
is beyond doubt the most important thing to this cur.
And
So let's start with that.
And by first, are you placing it at the top or at the bottom?
That's what I'm suggesting to do.
Well, which one? If it's the first, are you placing
Where-
it at the top or the bottom?
The top.
Where are the
top.
slots? Where are the slots in relation to the body? Is there one on the heart, the stomach, or is it just they're just all together?
There's one by the neck here. There's one by the chest, and there's one by the stomach.
Okay. All right. I want to put the blue one in the top slot. Waylon, I hope this works. If it doesn't, I'm sorry.
I can always give you a clue. Remember, you just have to apologize to me.
Oshkar, I am sorry. I am sorry about all the work that you put into your empire and about how we rent it into slag. I am truly sorry because it must have hurt thine heart to see all of that work rent into nothing. I can only imagine the sense of devastation that we caused you and the investments of yours that we laid waste to. For that, I am truly sorry. Now let us redeem ourselves, please, and give us a clue.
Very well, Victor. Indeed, wealth is the beginning. It starts at the bottom, when you are lowest. It is what you gain as you grow.
Okay, I didn't hear the last thing you said. It starts at the bottom.
And it is what you gain to become or to grow.
Money, dominion, immortality, or money, immortality, dominion. What do we think?
Dominion second.
Makes sense. Okay, we go ahead and we put the blue one in the bottom slot.
You place it in and it kind of like sucks in like magnetic and attaches and begins glowing.
Okay, red is immortality. And we believe that... Oh, go on.
Oscar has a ring
He does.
that allows him to live forever. What if he's already got immortality, but he hasn't got dominion?
No.
That makes
He
so
doesn't
much
rule
sense.
us.
That makes sense. So the red immortality stone would go in over his heart. And from that, he can
Being
then gain
immortal.
dominion.
Being immortal, he sees himself as a god.
Perhaps dominion comes last.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Do we agree?
Varian,
I agree.
I would say you arrive at this point.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm looking in and seeing that they're placing the stones into this person.
Okay.
I've got no context for it, so I'm just walking up to them.
Okay. I'm going to go to start moving my hand to move the red immortality stone into the second slot. If anyone wants to stop me, this is the time.
Richter, wait.
Yes.
Zook bows his head and he looks around at the townsfolk and he looks into Waylon's eyes and he just whispers to himself, I can't let anyone else die for this. And he looks into Oscar's eyes Oshkar, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the world has put us at odds. I'm sorry that we've come to this, that my fight for survival clashes with yours. I'm sorry that that's happened. And I know we are just two forces clashing against each other, like the waves of a great sea against the cliffs of a vast kingdom. I'm sorry for everything that I have done, as I hope you will be sorry for what you have done. Please, give me a clue.
A broad grin crosses Oshkar's lips. I honestly didn't think I'd hear that. Zook. Immortality is but a mere mechanism for true dominion, for true tyranny.
So it is as I thought. Richter,
Yes.
immortality is next. Put Dominion at the top.
I make a quick glance over the townsfolk.
Everyone
And then I
is
push.
like in silence watching. You can see that Oak and a few of the other key figures of Angmiri, Waora especially. Franwin Applebottom is like cowering away with others. They are like calming the people and standing and being like kind of like important figures.
We slot the immortality stone in the second position.
It begins to
And
glow.
And right before I do what sounds obvious, I want to quickly look on Wayland's back to see if there's a hidden slot or anything like that. Any last trick?
Roll me an investigation or perception check.
I'm going to say they're both shit. So let's go with perception. Yeah, here we go. Right. Sorry, yeah.
I give him guidance.
Whoop.
You can.
Yes, what does that mean for me?
An
Add
extra
a
D4.
D4.
Oh, hey! Okay.
Default.
So we're gonna. Oh, okay. Roll d20 and d4. I think this will work. Plus 1. Hey! Oh no, that didn't really work. Okay. So that was a 13 and a 4. Yeah, it did work. So 18. Thank you, Varyn.
You inspect it. It doesn't appear that there are any others.
I placed the final stone in the top slot.
There's a soft noise and a clicking and a kind of hum. And Oshkar folds his arms and nods. And then click, it seems to unbuckle itself. And then there's an explosion out of both sides and confetti sprays up into the air and begins to slowly shower down onto the villagers.
Trickery.
And Oshkar begins to clap. Very good, Gypsies. Very, very good. I think we all learnt a valuable lesson here today. And that is that you don't fuck with the Silvermark Brotherhood. Ever.
I look
It's a
back at him.
simple game. Think of my vast influence. Think of all that I could have done that I didn't. And I shall leave you with that. It's been fun.
Before he goes, I'm just like, the waves will never stop crashing. It will never stop crashing.
His form vanishes slowly, just leaving behind the faint imprint of light where his Aquantium ring is before dissipating.
This belt, is it definitely deactivated?
It comes off.
Okay, give this to the hardest rider you can and tell him to get it out of town fucking limits.
Are the crossbowmen still there?
Yes, they are. So
Oh.
Dutch and Dutch. And,
Oh yeah!
Dutch and Brother
Maybe we can
Drow.
capture a couple.
Both both make me an attack, please, as you sneak up behind some of them.
It's with advantage, isn't it?
If you're snuck.
Fuck yeah, I am. The first one's a 9. Okay, so 9 plus 10, so 19.
I got a 25.
You both spring for 2 on one of the roofs, slicing towards their back, but your hands pass through nothing.
God damn it!
They are all but illusions.
I would have known that.
Oh, how? Oh, with
Through
your
blind sense.
With your blind sense. Yeah, I guess as you got closer to them, you would have realized.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 foot, yeah.
Yeah, you could have thought they might just not be moving and being very, very still.
Yeah.
No, because I wouldn't have like it wouldn't. So if I'm hearing things like sonically, I wouldn't have heard any reflections of sound against them.
You would have thought that it was very strange. You wouldn't have necessarily been like,
sure.
That's an illusion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. There's nothing there.
Whether these archers are illusions, there are agents in this city who poisoned Rinnick, who buried our friends.
What did they say of Rinnick?
Zook, I am very sorry. We arrived, I believe, minutes too late. It's some kind of virulent poison. When we arrived, Oshkar had arranged some kind of sadistic game of choice, but taunted us that we had arrived too late and that none of the bottles he offered us would be able to save him. The body is still there. There may be someone in town who can preserve it, but I do not know.
I must go to him.
I
Meta
understand.
question. When did we reincarnate Grim?
Probably a few months ago.
Would it be a separate season?
It's still summer.
Still summer, okay.
Long summer's here.
It's not quite autumn.
Yeah.
It's nearly.
I'm gonna
autumn.
go.
You're in August, so or the equivalent of.
There are other ways of bringing individuals back that are not through nature divine, so to speak.
Certain
There are.
free-steel nature.
Yeah.
A certain Bahamut.
Can it be done? Varian?
It can. But I have no...
I was speaking, sorry. I was sort of...
I need a diamond.
I have a diamond. I have a diamond.
Do we still have?
I have a diamond.
Oh.
Do I have a diamond?
Well, I also need a long rest to relearn it as a tagged spell.
How long does the body have to have lasted? What's on the spell?
For rejuvenation.
Before we, I guess I've lost my lycanthrope form now. And before we make any decisions, not all blood is on Oshkar's hands.
I can't do it. I would have need to have got them within a minute of them dying.
I think that's revivified, but there is another one, a higher level one.
Upon finding Aaron
I don't have it
at the Hunters Guild, it appeared that the Jinn, in his lycanthrope form, had set upon him. So I attempted to take him down, and so he could return. So he'd return to his human form. Varian, whether or not he misread the situation, unleashed powerful magic that rendered him.
Twain.
Well, there's nothing we can do for him now. Jin is dead at Varian's hand.
Oh, so much blood.
Yin,
I liked gin.
after all the trouble we went to keep him safe.
He wasn't so bad. He was a tonic to our lives.
Varian, I just want to ask you why. I told you to use non-lethal attacks upon him, and yet you chose to cast such a spell.
Yes. Apologies.
The Does Richter
Those didn't see it.
laugh?
No, Richter doesn't laugh. Richter is like, ashen faced and all that. But he appreciates Varian was probably Varian isn't he's a prick, but he's not a cunt. He was probably in a oh god, I'm about to die situation. He can get that idea.
I won't lie, I panicked. I was down to 10 health points.
Was that
with
before
the-
or after I
Rufus-
hit you?
I can. That was before. I can reincarnate him, by the way.
Chunks.
When?
All I need is a piece of him. Just a piece of him.
Yeah, well, maybe we can make 5 of him then.
Well,
that
we have the
sounds-
question of Rinnick. I do not want to step on Zook's toes. I'm very sad for your loss, Zook. But
So much death.
Rinnick was an old gnome. Jin was a young lad.
I just don't know how many times I can do this. Every time it's breaking the cycle. But then
This
it's
is the
our
path
fault.
we-
It's my fault.
You do not blame yourself. You have done so much good for this town.
But then again, would there be more living if we had just stayed away? I don't know. There's those that live and there's those that die, and there's the path of time and what actions cause people to come to this town and to do these things that Oshgar has just done.
A wise gnome once told me that life is much like the seasons. There are times of plenty and there are hard times where you have things, and sometimes it feels like there is no rhyme or reason. But I think we're meant to be here. We're meant to put things right, even when it might seem that we're doing more harm than good.
We can do what we can do, and nothing more. But no less, we have to try. Waylon, do you have unguents, oils, precious and rare materials, liquids, things that have come from the ground anywhere? Do you know of anyone that would have such a thing?
Maybe
I
Rinnick.
think that, and he turns and Kunda kind of pipes up. I believe I might have some kind of things like that.
What are they? Very valuable. Could I get enough for, say, 2,000 gold's worth?
2,000 gold's worth. Roll me a d20.
It's a 17.
I'll try. Give me a bit. And he turns, and as he turns, Anchor?
Oh no.
Anchor.
Oh, fuck.
Shit, and he starts looking through the crowd. He was right behind me.
Oh no.
Can I look
Anchor.
around?
Make me a perception check.
25.
You scour the crowd. He's not there. And
God
that is
damn
where
it.
we'll end today's session.
Oh boy! Whoa! That was awesome. We had RPs,
Oh.
we had challenges, we had battles, we had racing, we had puzzles. That was a fucking Renaissance set.
Oh my god. That was hammer time.
That was quite a
The
brutal...
fucking Prodigal Return!
The prodigal return.
The prodigal return.
Whoa!
Ahmed's wings.
Good to have you
Dude,
back.
you've got that
Yeah,
voice,
at least
man.
for a
We need
session.
that voice. It's like silk in my ears.
Roland
Yeah,
has,
it's so good.
Roland said he can play for maybe a couple more sessions, so...
That would be amazing,
Oh
man.
my god.
Thank you. We thank you and your family.
Have
Thank
some-
you.
Blessed,
Son of
a
Vadron
blessed
back
news.
for at least the next few.
I've got to master how to get the. I can't work out how to get the music playing on my D20.
We'll sort it out. We can sort it
Yeah,
out.
well done.
Yeah, it's way more atmospheric with the music for sure.
Sorry. Dylan had to put you in Varian's place.
He needs it. He needs it.
He
So,
does.
He's a total
so
arsehole.
I just want to hear some. There was quite a few revelations in that episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That Varian had been an imposter for like quite a while.
Yeah.
Aidan-
He's been cruising
Aidan called
NPC
it.
Varian.
Aidan literally called it like 2 sessions into him being
Remember that?
an imposter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, there was that sign of him not recognizing someone.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I remember thinking, who the fuck is this?
You even said, you turned and was like, what the fuck is wrong with Varian? Who the
Yeah.
fuck is this? And I was
I
like,
remember
oh
this.
my god, he's figured
Yeah.
it out in me.
Was that when you
I was
were
like, no
paranoid?
way.
Was that when
Yeah.
you had that paranoia?
Oh, it might have been. That would have been so. That's perfect.
It was.
Everyone was
It
like, "Oh,
literally
Aiden's
was.
Richter's crazy." Then
Oh.
listen to Richter.
And
Demonic,
me as Varian, I
effed
turned
up mind.
around and I said, don't listen to him. He's off his head. He's all paranoid. And blah,
That's
blah, blah.
so fucking funny. Wow.
Yeah, so that happened. There
So
were
good.
quite
Wow.
a few things I dropped in over the. Over the
Meta-wise, Nick's the little shit. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the fuck
trying
is
to-
Nix?
Who
The
did
other-
Nick's work for like
Yeah,
Oh
a
yeah.
few years?
hell bells.
I know where I'm
What?
going
For money.
first thing next episode.
Redemption will. Revenge will be sweet. I think.
These fuckers have got to pay, right?
I'm going to that
Oh.
fucking brothel. I reckon someone there knows because they're a bunch of wankers.
Yeah, I think we'll take Siegfried with us on that trip.
I forgot. Shit, where was Siegfried during all that? She probably didn't want to come to the inauguration thing.
She's
Probably, yeah. Sleeping it off.
Oh, meant to say I was supposed to transport her back to the Varamark.
Well, maybe
I
it's
think.
lucky we didn't.
That's
yet.
true.
I just forgot to do that.
She may not have done yet. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Awesome.
Well
Oh
played.
my god.
Boys,
That
I've had a
was
blast.
Oh,
So good to have
so
you
good to
back.
see
To have
you.
you back,
It's-
son
it's
of Vadron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great.
I will see you at the next one.
All right.
Godspeed,
Yeah,
friend.
I'm gonna pause the stream now.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you later.
See you next time.